Welcome to Tempting Fate, and welcome to... Carrier Penguins.
This episode is already the greatest episode of all time. I'm so happy.
That's good.
This is a good reveal.
Hi. So, yeah, we're doing Carrier Penguins tonight because you demanded it. Last season, we did Fast and the Furious episode with our lovely guest stars, Omar and Eliza. And one of our incentives for that was this Carrier Penguin game. And you got us all the way to that tier, which was amazing. We set it that high because we thought we'd never reach it. But you guys are incredible, as always. So here we are. And, yeah, so first, I would like to welcome Omar Najam and Eliza Pearl. Our guest stars for the night. And I want to give a shout out to Dom Zook behind the camera, and to Saving Throw for making this possible, and to John Harper, the guy who invented or designed Lasers and Feelings, the game that we play here in various guises. Carrier Penguins is a skin on Lasers and Feelings. Yeah, and I also want to remind you that there is a Saving Throw Discord, and in that Saving Throw Discord there is a Tempting Fate room, and if you go there you can get copies of all of our old skins, and you can see some of our previous, you know, talk about games.
Yeah, we mold.
Exactly.
Yeah, we put them in Discord.
In a room.
We digitize
and it's just full of skin. You know, the skin room.
Yeah.
Oh, like you don't have one of those, Max.
Hello, Enthusiasm Army. Hey!
Hugs for the hug inclined!
So yeah, so go to the Tempting Fate room in the Discord and let us know what worlds you would like to see us visit or revisit if you've liked anything that we've been. Oh, thank you, Strangely Raider and Librarian Liz for the subs.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that. Well, we'll get to that now. So yeah, so we are here on Saving Throw, and Saving Throw is an entirely thank you, Smokebeard. Entirely independent operation. You might know a lot of us from Geek and Sundry, but this is much smaller, and we are supported entirely by your donations and your subs. And you guys have been absolutely phenomenally generous with us this season. Oh my God, thank you, Smokebeard.
Wow.
Thank you,
Thank you.
You guys have been incredibly generous with us this season, and so tonight, as usual. Yeah, okay, we'll get there. So much going on. Wow. So tonight, of course, we have Carrier Penguins that you can send. Now, we are doing the Carrier Penguins world.
You can send us to ourselves.
Yeah.
We can find ours to each other. Ooh, twist.
Let me take a moment to talk a little bit about the Carrier Penguins. First, I want to give a shout out to Nick Gilman, my writing partner, and to Amy Dalvin, my feature girl, who were the co-creators of the
Oh my gosh.
Real cute.
That was adorable.
We're the co-creators of the Carrier Penguins. Honestly, we were all there that day. I honestly don't remember how it happened. Someone said something about carrier pigeons. Someone said something about making that funnier. Thank you, Malajus and Olive Sharp. So yeah, Nick and Amy, thank you for helping bring the Carrier Penguins to life. And I also want to give another shout out to Meaning of Night, who draws our official Carrier Penguins. You should go see. There's an official Carrier Penguin for everybody at the table today. Go to Tempting Fate RPG on Twitter and you can see them all. But more than just drawing the official Carrier Penguins, Meaning of Night, by getting involved in doing the Carrier Penguins, kind of kept them alive. I honestly can't be sure the Carrier Penguins would have stayed in the game as long as they did, much less become a game in itself. So, you know, thanks to Nick and Amy for helping create them. Thanks for Meaning of Night for helping to keep them alive and make them what they are. And thanks to you guys for being here. So yeah, you can send Carrier Penguins. You can send them to us. You can send them to each other. You can have us read messages to third parties. I don't know. We'll see. And that is on the table.
They're gonna like force us to like prank call an Orange Julius.
I know.
And yeah, and we have tiers as always to sort of give a little incentive. So so tonight, if we get to $25. We're doing Let's Try That Again, which is 3 rerolls for the table.
Great.
But it is also, thank you, Jeffrey, MO307.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
But it is also 3 rerolls for me. So tonight, you get 3, I get 3. And my rerolls...
at the same time, you mean?
Yeah. So my rerolls are forced rerolls. So if they do well, I can make them reroll again. That's how that works. So that's how we're doing that tonight. 3 for them, 3 for me. And if we get to $50, I have a secret objective that I am going to give to Omar. Omar did the secret objective during Fast and Furious. It was my favorite scene.
Yeah.
So in that tradition, Omar will get the secret objective again tonight at 15. And if you guys are generous enough to get us to $75, we're hitting the tier that I call Pupper Time.
What?
So before the season, when I was calling people on what worlds to visit, Sam suggested 101 Dalmatians, and I thought about it for a while, but I didn't quite get it in. So if we get to $75 tonight, Sam's penguin gets a Dalmatian companion that the chat gets to name. Okay? So that's $75.
Somebody just have a heart attack on camera.
You can make it happen.
Doesn't cost that much money.
Welcome to the
Pupper Time. Hotter Rubbish, thank you for the song.
Yeah.
And nice punning.
Oh,
So
that is
yeah, that is at $75. And if we get to $100 tonight, if you guys have been incredibly generous with us in previous weeks, if we get to $100 tonight, we'll get a sneak preview of next week. This week's game will cross over into next week's game because the carrier penguins have that power. So yeah.
Wow.
So $100 sneak preview of next week. And if we get to $125, Aliza and Max will swap penguins for 15 minutes.
yes.
Oh dear.
I really
Oh my
want
God,
that to happen
Smokebeard.
because my
Smokebeard, thank you.
Thank you, Smokebeard, so much. Wow, those are rerolls. 3 for you
Oh, snap.
and 3 for me.
No, you
putting
just
them in the wrong place.
No, over here.
That was the next tier. That was a different tier.
Take me seriously. I am.
Take me seriously.
Okay, so yeah, $125. Aliza and Max swap penguins for 15 minutes.
It's gonna be worth it.
At
Yes, it will.
At $150, we get to the Omega 13. Now, if you have seen Galaxy Quest, you know what this is. And tonight, the Omega 13 will go to Gina's penguin. Gina's penguin will get a one-time power to turn back time by 13 seconds.
Just enough time to change one thing.
Just enough time to change one thing.
Nice.
The Omega 13 at $150.
Control
And-
Oh my gosh.
And if you guys are
Want it.
amazingly generous, now let me tell you something about the Carrier Penguin universe for a second. You've probably watched these games and you've seen the Carrier Penguins, and sometimes they fly in majestically, and sometimes they have helicopters, and sometimes they come in on motorcycles. And you're thinking to yourself, probably, you know, Rick's just making this crap up as he goes, and there's nothing to it. But the truth is, it takes a while for a Carrier Penguin to earn their wings. And while they are in
They
training,
start with no fucking wings.
Yeah, no wings.
Perfect little sphere.
They're wings. And while they were in training, all those other carrier penguins you saw, they had not quite hit that highest level yet. So it's like they might have to use rocket packs or helicopters or vehicles to get around until they have achieved majestic flight. But they can get at that through training and practice, or if we get to $200 tonight, oh my God!
Hey!
Wow! Thank you so much.
Watch them explode.
It's good.
You have done a very
Put on
good
your
thing.
protective glasses now.
That's so weird.
All right. Chat, get busy suggesting names for Sam's Dalmatian. So if we get to $200, we hit the gift of flight, and all 5 penguins unlock their ability to soar majestically like penguins. So yeah, that's what we got on the table. You guys have been incredible. So first, we've already hit this, so let me get out the secret objective. Now, like I said, Omar was here for Fast and the Furious. Do you remember what the secret objective was?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, tell them what it was.
I had to bring up the title of every Fast and Furious movie in conversation. I had to get people to say it.
It was my favorite objective ever. So in the spirit of that game, I have given Omar this secret.
Okay, I'm gonna read it knowing the
Every penguin movie ever. Yeah? Was that
I
the
don't know.
objective?
Or it's the exact
I
same
literally
objective
have
as
it
Fast and Furious again.
These
in the
penguins
penguin
are.
I
Oh my
was
gosh.
thinking that.
It might be.
He has to get
Is
people to
it?
just say like Fate of the Furious and shit on the movie.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
March of the
I
Penguins.
didn't expect. Oh, you think you're gonna get ahead of me? Huh?
March of the Penguins 2.
Oh. So
That's all.
Ghostbusters?
Happy Meat.
So yeah, thank you. Wow, we're already up to tier 3. The next tier is the sneak preview of next week's game, guys. Thank you. You are already incredible. So first, let's pay off all those subs.
Yes, please.
Perfect Cosma sends a reroll to Aliza,
The most perfect of choices. Thank you.
and Librarian Liz sends a reroll to Gina.
Thank you, Librarian Liz.
And Maladjust sends a reroll to me.
Why?
I like your style. Strangely Raider sends their reroll to me. Oh, wow.
Whoa, whoa.
No!
Thank you so much.
Wow. See you, beast.
Whoa, whoa, what?
Tixie in particular has been incredibly generous with us this season. And
You're too good to us.
let me go a little further. And gave me a great little note about like not making everything so linear in the Discord. Tixie went in and sort of talked about a game where I jumped around in Time Lord. It made me really think about my use of time in games. So, you know, not only just for your generosity, Tixie, I want to thank you for making me think about my GM game a little bit.
Oh,
Hey, that's huge.
That's neat.
Awesome.
Well done.
So, yeah, thank you. And, yes, Smokebeard sends a reroll to Sam.
Thank
Good
you.
choice. Good choice. that pile was looking pretty small there.
Yeah, they were the same size.
Hey, you started today with more than Sam. No, he had 5, you had 4. I got it written down.
Kind of a big deal around here.
That's what I heard.
Maybe you just
now.
didn't do anything.
It's been going around.
It's the water cooler chat.
And Otto Rubbish sends a reroll to Gina.
Mark,
And Jeff Mo307 sends a reroll to Gina.
Oh.
All
I'm
right,
catching up.
Good. People should love on Gina DeVivo.
you're gonna need them.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
I'm gonna need them.
Yes, you are.
I'm gonna need them.
I know your character
We're gonna
build
have some role
today.
fights.
Yep.
So that actually gets the sneak preview of next game, the character swap on the table, the Omega 13. Whoa, Sophia!
Whoa.
That's,
Thank you.
is that everything? Dom,
Did it
Gotta
happen?
make some more.
Did you people do
that's
this
everything.
again?
Wow,
Make some
that's
more.
insane.
Make some more.
Dom,
We're gonna
Dom
make a
will be in
billion.
This is
charge
the
of
part where now
structure.
Dom does terrible things
Yeah.
and claps and
This is what
donations
we don't
come in and
know.
we don't know what's gonna happen and it's terrifying and glorious.
Occasionally he just giggles from over there in the corner.
Yeah, this is
keep
Dom.
showing.
Oh my gosh.
Thank
And
you.
the giggling has begun.
Oh, Dom time has begun.
I haven't even added anything yet.
Not doing anything this time.
Oh God.
They've gone mad of their own accord.
Yeah,
So
Dom
Dom's
time.
objectives are so good that like people are proactively being like, give us shenanigans.
Yeah, we should put Dom in charge of planning all these. I mean, honestly.
No, that was perfect. That has pupper time on it.
Well-
There is absolutely nothing wrong with that list.
That also makes
Can't wait to
Elisa
see
have
it.
to be a weird creep later, which I'm also super into.
And Gina's got to do a musical number. Have we talked about that one yet?
Oh.
We're saving that for
Careful
we're
what
saving
you
that
say
for the
on
season
the
finale.
internet.
We're saving that for the season finale.
Oh!
Just
It was the entirety of HMS Pinafore, is that right?
Just kidding.
Nice.
Remember when you thought Sam was the one that was gonna explode?
I've been waiting.
No.
There won't be a season finale because Gina's gonna murder me as soon as this signal cut. So yeah.
Thanks for tempting from
That gets, what happened to my? Oh, there it is. Okay,
We
so
all
that gets us through all that.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Carrier Penguins. As usual, this is Skin of John Harper's Lasers and Feelings, and the way this works is everybody picks a number. A high number means they are cool-headed. A low number means they are warm-blooded. And every time something comes up in doubt, thank you for the sub. That's Jay.
Thanks.
Every time a situation is in doubt, I will call for a roll and tell you whether or not you are using your cool-headedness or warm-bloodedness. If it's a cool-headed task, you want to roll under your number. If it's warm-blooded, you want to roll over your number, and we'll tell you everybody's numbers in a second. Cool-headedness represents calm, precise action, science, Spock kind of stuff. Vulcan kind of stuff. Warm-blooded represents wild, passionate action, Kirk kind of stuff. And you can roll, you automatically roll 1 die, and you roll 2 die if you are prepared. Now, normally you can roll 3 die if you're an expert at something. But tonight, all these carrier penguins are trainees, so no one is an expert in anything, and nobody gets more than 2 die. Unless they get help from somebody. If you get help from somebody, the rolls work the same. If that person succeeds, you get 1 additional die. If that person doesn't succeed, then it doesn't hurt you any, you just don't get helped. And if you roll your number exactly, you have tonight what we are calling which means you get to ask a question into what is going on. And that question, I'm gonna try a different thing tonight. That question has to be limited to a question about what is happening at the time in some sense. Who set this bomb? Where should we go from here? Blah 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 blah. Like
I already have a pupper. That's totally fine.
you already have the pupper. Right, so if Sam gets to ask a question, we have no idea what's going to come out of their mouth.
What do they ask about when they can't ask about pupper?
Speaking of Sam, Betsy J77 sends their reroll to Sam.
Thank you, Betsy.
And that sound, I think, is the first carrier penguin of the night. We will get to the carrier penguins, of course, later. Figure out how that worked. But yeah, that little ticket. So yeah, and those are all the rules that you need to know. And let's begin. So this story begins, let's say, we are pulled all the way out and we see the planet Earth and we zoom way in towards the Arctic region, the Antarctica. And on a teeny tiny island just off the coast of Antarctica, there is a strange looking just bus stop in the middle of nowhere. And at the bus stop, there are 5 penguins just sitting there, hanging out together, waiting for a bus. Let's meet the penguins. Let's start over here. Our first penguin, played by Elisa Pearl tonight, is Jem Birdsley. Jem is, her number is 5, which means she is cool-headed. And she is a neurotic logistics expert. She is into efficiency and keeping costs low. She's good at math and equations and things like that. And over here we have Joan. Joan is also a 5, and Joan is a neurotic mail sorter. It is a carrier penguin organization. They need people who sort the mail, and Joan is one of those people. And Joan is an elderly person?
Yeah.
Joan is an elderly woman who is looking to get her groove back. And
What's Joan's number?
Joan's number is 5.
What's Joan's number?
Oh, did you mean like what's Joan's number?
Yeah, give me a pebble first, little one.
Ooh.
After the show, we'll work that
I
out.
don't know what that means.
I don't like.
And
But it sounds cool.
You don't know about the pebbles? Oh. You'll
See,
learn.
this is what
You'll learn.
I'll learn.
You'll learn. Give it a minute. You'll learn my backstory.
and we have Sam DeLove, who is playing a daily.
A daily.
A daily.
Daily.
It's a kind of penguin. And a daily.
Is that the name or the kind of penguin or both?
That's not how you
That is their
I'm
name.
in a daily
Yes.
penguin. I'm a daily.
And a daily is a 2. DJ Phoenix, thank you so much. Yeah, and thank you everybody. I mean, you guys have been already just phenomenally generous tonight. We are in awe here and a little bit in fear of whatever it is Dom is doing over there. Which has added a whole new dimension to the game for us, really. A kind of unsettling aspect.
Oh yeah,
I
everything's
really
just
love it.
crazy now.
Oh, and thank you for
As opposed to before.
This show got so crazy.
yeah, Steam Bottoms, thank you for the bits.
Bits.
So,
from
by the way,
Steven
Olive
Universe,
Sharp
right?
sent a reroll to Sam.
Thank you. Now we get to tell them why I need the reroll so badly.
So, a daily is a, do you want to tell me a little bit about a daily's shtick? Tell me about a little of Daly's history. Pop Ironman, thank you for the bits. Wow, thank you again.
Wow. Thanks.
The bits.
Give me the bits.
Just all the stuff? What do you want to know?
Why don't we just, we'll say it's,
What's the...
Is that a character
Actually,
sheet?
To be fair,
Whoa,
there's
wait
like
a
a
minute.
small novel there.
I just
Oh,
texted
yeah.
you. Right?
What's your style?
Style?
Okay, Adeli is a dumb pop culture expert.
How is that possible?
And their goal
I'm real going out of my wing house here.
Their goal is to prove that they are good enough. And why don't you just tell us a little bit about how old you are and how you got into the carrier penguins?
Well, I hatched on delivery day. So first thing when I was hatched, I looked up and I saw the penguins flying overhead, and it was majestic. And I wanted to be a carrier penguin ever since. I imprinted on carrier penguin. So, I'm totally an adult. Pay no attention to the baby fluff. I did not get anyone to sign me up for the Carrier Penguin trainee program who was maybe more adult than I am. That didn't happen, nope. I'm an adult and I know lots about pop culture. Yep.
And you're really good at lying.
Yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
right.
Adele, our pop culture
You're a
expert.
late fluffer.
Yeah. Definitely not a baby in disguise as an adult. And we have Max Isaacson, of course, who is playing Glenn. Glenn is Glenn's number is 4, and which makes him cold-bloodish. Oh, did we get your number out? Your number is 2, warm-blooded. Glenn is a 4.
How many months old I am?
Yeah. And Glenn is a curious mail sorter. His goal is to get into everybody's business. And he just loves to look through other people's mail without them knowing.
It's illegal, Glenn. It's illegal. You're breaking
This is why we have Max here. And Omar. Omar tonight is playing Pingu the Penguin. Pingu.
No, not that one, guys. It's just me, please. It's just my name.
Pingu
It's
is
my
a
name.
Oh, you're not that Pingu?
No, I'm this Pingu.
Pingu
Is there that Pingu? Wait, what? No?
Pingu is a neurotic pop culture expert. His number is 3, which makes him warm-bloodish. And I think his goal is to keep being awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has...
Yeah, I have with me the good book, 501 Must-See Movies. Whenever I get stressed, I refer to it and it gives me answers. For example, today I think we're going to have a descent into an adventure. That's the 2005 Neil Marshall film, Descent.
Oh, I've seen that.
It's a very violent film. It's a very violent film
Yeah. It's very violent.
with a lot of mature themes.
Yeah, I remember.
I wasn't allowed to see it until I was at least 5 months old.
You know that Neil Marshall steals money from his wife and puts it in an offshore account?
Why do you know that?
Yeah, wow.
Sorry, you're gonna have to speak up. What'd you say?
Neil Marshall steals money from his wife and puts it in an offshore account.
Off which shore?
Do you have an itch?
All of them.
What you got going on there?
No.
What?
Yeah.
How do you know? How do you? I'm sorry. How do you know that?
About Neil Marshall and his wife?
Yeah.
No reason.
All right, why is the
Word
bus
gets
late?
around.
Why is
Haven't
the
you been
bus
hearing about
late?
it?
We've been waiting for 2.89 minutes.
Oh God,
So you were-
something's happened. It's definitely crashed.
You know, we'll say you were waiting for even longer than that, actually, because...
Past the time.
Yeah.
2.89 minutes. Past 30 minutes late.
That's
Y'all were-
it. They're all dead.
That's more than 3.
They're definitely dead.
No, I'm not sure.
Y'all were standing there getting a little to know each other, this kind of information, so now you all know a little bit about each other. And you're all standing there waiting to get on this bus, which you were all expecting to take you to the Carrier Penguins organization, where you have all been accepted as trainees. And as you start complaining about the bus being late, you hear in the
dead.
distance the roaring sound of jet engines. And you look up into the sky, and coming at you is this giant, jet-powered, penguin-shaped flying bus that comes out of the sky and just pulls to a halt right in front, like right on the ice, like right along the ice, skids along its belly and comes up right in front of this bus stop.
That must get a lot of thrust. I bet you that
thank
gets a lot of
Penguin.
thrust. Wow, I wonder how much fuel it takes. Probably like 8.9 thousand gallons?
Fish! It's powered by fish! And then the door opens, and inside there's the penguin bus driver, and he's like, "Hello, little trainees. Welcome to Carrier Penguin's bus. I'm your bus driver.
How's your name?
My name? What's his name? Thank you for the research, Stylen. What do we think his name should be?
Something from a movie
It's kind of...
that I know.
I mean, you did sort of land a little bit like the submarine scene in Fate of the Furious. So I would say.
Oh my god.
So.
Oh my god.
His name is Vin.
Vin.
Vin the bus driver. And
It's
Vin.
real. It's happening.
y'all look like. Oh yeah, it's happening. It's happening.
I love this so much.
Aw, we love you.
Pretty great.
This is wonderful.
So
That's my favorite part of it. You like nailed it. Check.
They never saw that coming.
Steak dinner for me tonight.
What's awesome is nobody guessed what this was going to turn out to be the second I did it. It's great. Nobody did that. So yeah, Vin is just like, let's go, everybody. They're waiting for us at training camp. Come on. And we'll say you all.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
You go on up.
Hold on.
It's got like one of those like ship type ramps that descends, and you all walk up the ramp, and you can I don't know, wave goodbye. I mean, there's nobody there, but you're waving goodbye to the tundra or whatever.
500.
And you
Next
know,
time, try to be on time. Not all of us have every second to wait around.
oh, I'll try better, little grandma. And he says, take a seat. And you look around, and there are a bunch of seats. There are a bunch of other penguins on it. They're all sort of.
When was the last time this was disinfected?
I have the same question.
Oh.
Oh, all the time. Oh, meeting of night. Oh my God, thank you. That is meeting of night because our carrier penguins. Yes, oh, the penguins were so great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Aw.
Amazing.
Although now I'm scared about what that bought. But
About what?
Don's just over there shaking his head.
Now you know how we feel.
Yeah, pretty much all the time.
So he says,
So how is it?
all the time, yeah, just go, have a great sit. And on that, he just pulls back on the thing, and the penguin bus just shoots up in the air, and you guys go flying back towards the seats. And you fly over up into the air, and you see the whole tundra and the sky, and he flies over a chain of islands to another island just a little bit further off the coast. And as you get close to the island, you start to see in the distance this big facility, and in the air around it are penguins circling in the air, flying just around it, and there's this totally original music that I wrote for the show. It's like dun 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 dun, and you
It's been
just
a hot minute since I've been this
totally
high
original.
up.
Wow.
I've never flown.
Hey, where are you from anyway?
Eddie, I'm from New Zealand.
Oh, yeah? That's
Taika
alright.
Waititi. Taika Waititi's from New Zealand.
Who? Yeah.
Do you know him?
Not everybody from New Zealand knows each other.
Well, I know that, but you seemed very excited when you heard that name.
Yeah, because he's from culture.
Oh, that's right. You're a pop culture expert.
I know all of the pop culture that I've watched.
Yeah, but what are you watching nowadays? What's like your favorite thing, man?
The bird TV.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's real.
yeah, the birds, the birds.
Alfred
birds.
Hitchcock's The Birds?
Yeah,
It's a
the birds.
really violent movie
I know.
with mature themes
Yes.
that came out a long time ago.
I saw it on the bird TV.
You know that Tippi Hedren, you saw a lion?
Wait, I'm sorry, can we
I still
rewind the tape?
have absolutely no idea what that man is saying.
What Tippi
Not at all.
Hedren was a
Something about Tippi
lion?
She's
Hedren.
on a lion.
Why are you speaking so
online.
softly?
What?
Online or on the
What?
line?
Used to own a lion. Used to own a lion.
On a lion.
A lion
Own a
lion.
Yeah,
Tippi Hedren.
That seems unsafe.
I think so too. I tried to eat her daughter one time.
That is very unsafe.
Yeah.
Is this public information, or did
No,
Glenn
that's-
glean this?
That's pretty public information, man. I just like to make sure that everyone's aware of what's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying?
And your go-to is Tippi Hedren?
She was in the birds.
And on this absolutely fascinating conversation,
This tracks.
Vin the bus driver's like, here we go, and he hits the thing, and the giant penguin bus goes into descent, and this loading bay slides open on the side of the building, and you guys fly right into the side and coast into this docking bay, and the penguin pulls in, and it slows down, and the door opens, and the ramp descends, and he's like, welcome to headquarters. You can now get out. And as you leave, he stops and he turns to, let's say, Glenn, and he hands you a business card, and he's like, if you need anything, I'm for hire, too.
Yeah, this is your personal phone number?
Yes.
Alright, cool, man.
And while I'm
Where
I
is
was
he
probably
tucking
a
that?
mistake.
I don't know. Maybe in his fur.
This? Oh, yeah.
You have a pocket in there
I got a
somehow.
pocket.
Yeah, the neck flap. I've got a lot of neck
Got a lot
flaps as
of
well,
neck
but mine are for a
Glenn's
different
got a
reason.
lot of flaps.
So you descend out of the plane, and you find yourself in this docking bay, and you see penguins going everywhere, doing stuff. It's kind of busy, and this sort of drill sergeant-y penguin comes up to you, and he says, "Welcome, trainees! I am Sergeant Penguin
of the penguin family.
of the Penguin Penguins.
Oh, it's so nice to meet you. Hello, I'm Joan.
Nice to meet you. You're a trainee?
Yeah, you got something wrong with that? Also, it's impolite not to take someone's wing when they hand it to you, little one.
Wah, wah, wah,
Wah, wah, wah, wah, wah, wah, wah.
And wah, 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 wah
This
to you
younger
too.
generation, I'll tell you what. Ugh.
Just
Do
feel,
you
free,
have a chair, young one?
just feel free to wah, wah, wah whenever you want.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, exactly.
wah, wah.
Yeah.
Whenever we want.
Sam pun. So, yeah, he says, now as you know, the Carrier Penguin Training Program is an intense 3-week program, that system that teaches you the essentials of how the mail system works, how to get around through the different universes, how to survive in the many environments we find us in. The training program is rigorous. It is brutal. You have never seen anything like it or experienced anything like it in your penguin lives, especially probably you, Baby Fluff. Now, all that being said, we actually are not going to be quite putting you right into the training program immediately.
Oh, good. Good.
What?
Well,
What about the males, man?
you have been, as they say, requisitioned. And on that, he says,
I haven't been requisitioned in a hot minute.
I
I
haven't
been quisitioned before, so can it happen again?
we will get back to you in a moment. Let me hand the floor over now to Agent Penguin, who comes here from the IOU, an organization in a fictional universe that we visited in Tempting Fate Season 1. Now this very sly-looking James Bond secret agent Penguin comes over to you,
I know who that is.
and he looks around and says, "Hello, I am Agent Penguin.
Hey, man.
Wah, 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 wah.
Oh,
Your spitting
Wow.
image of James Bond and specifically Diamonds Are Forever has. Why did I talk? Why do I talk?
Thank you. That was actually one of my favorite ones. I missed Sean Connery after he left for that one movie and was happy to see him back. Now, I have asked Carrier Penguin Central for a special secret team because, and then he looks around and there's like Carrier Penguins
good with
everywhere.
secrets, man.
He says, perhaps we should adjourn to somewhere a little more private. And he leads you down a hallway to a conference room, and he closes the conference room doors, and he does pulls out a little thing and sweeps for bugs and listening devices, and he says,
People do that in movies.
"The Carrier Penguins are facing a threat like we have never faced before. Something out there is picking us off one by one. Nobody knows what happens. The Carrier Penguins go out on their deliveries, and they never come back."
Adele tucks up into Joan, who feels like the adult figure, and then remembers that they're totally an adult and tries to
Now,
get on their
Careful what you say, you're scaring the fluffy one.
indeed, these are desperate times, and they call for desperate measures, old one. Now,
What are you calling old?
as you know, usually when you train to be a Carrier Penguin, when you graduate, you either get assigned to a job here at Central, or you get put out into the world as a roving manager, or you get assigned to one of the specific fictional worlds that we provide service to.
what do you do, man?
I I am a fixer. When the carrier penguins have problems, I fix them. And
Oh, really? Well, I got a kink in my neck. Do you think you can fix that?
indeed I can.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's just so great. Can
and
you
he
do
turns
it
into
right now?
starts, like giving you a little massage, as he keeps talking.
Right there. That's
and
good. That's a good spot.
he says,
You know, you may need more neck support when you sleep. That might help you a lot.
Oh, really? Do you have any pillows that you'd recommend?
I can give you a list of 10 very good pillows for neck support.
Oh, this is a great day.
indeed. Indeed.
So back to the murders you were talking about.
Yes. So I am not only a fixer, but I am also a certified instructor. So
I told you
have-
everyone did.
I have
don't
requested a troop of fresh recruits because nobody here can be trusted right now. Somewhere in this organization, there's a mole. I mean, not literally a mole, it's a penguin, but a penguin mole. Now,
Moles should be allowed to join the carrier penguins too. It shouldn't be exclusive to penguins.
we will discuss that at a later date. But for now, we must weed out, we must avoid the mole finding out what we are up to. So I asked for fresh recruits who I knew were not the mole, and I am going to use you as my team to hunt down this threat and simultaneously train you. So at the end of our time together, hopefully we'll have saved the carrier penguins and found you your assigned duties.
All right.
I'd like to put in a request for the mailroom.
That request is denied. Now, if we fail, well, we could all die. But let's not think about that for now. Let's just think about doing a good job. Righto?
I thought
That's
we were
the spirit.
just gonna lick stamps.
Now,
I thought I was just gonna figure it.
Go on,
Never
Ben.
And
Okay.
little fluff
Okay.
comes out from behind Joan.
You dropped your
Where?
fluff, dear. You
Thank
dropped your fluff. Here you go.
Gesundheit, little.
You're shedding.
Just stick it back in there. All right.
Now, the first thing we're going to have to do is follow up on a lead. Our last carrier penguin disappeared in Ghostbusters Universe 30269B. They were on a delivery to the New York
Oh, I
firehouse
love ghosts.
and vanished somewhere over New York.
They always have such beautiful dresses.
I think the first thing we should do is go to that carrier penguin's house. Check it out and see what kind of person they were.
We haven't even heard the mission yet.
Well,
I'm just trying.
I'm getting some real 1 hour photos starring Robin Williams vibes. I'm sorry, really quick. Glenn, cover your ears. I'm getting some real 1 hour photo vibes from Glenn.
Oh.
No. No,
I
there's
didn't
a
see that
mail. He doesn't work in photos, he works in mail.
What was that movie about?
Oh, it was a movie I saw.
You want to say that?
Yeah, tell us what it was about.
It was about
Uh-huh.
When do
a
I
person
get
who
this
works at a
thing
photo
from me?
thing and sees photos they aren't supposed to see, and they get in lots of trouble and they run around a lot.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw that one.
Yeah, you can uncover yours.
My nephew took me to that one.
This is
That
summary
was
of
a nice
whatever photo.
picture.
Robin Williams.
I'm doing the summaries as Sam would do them.
Yeah, yeah.
I have not seen 1 hour photo.
Robin Williams, yeah.
you know what, little one?
His
I
handwriting's terrible.
think perhaps we shouldn't leave you alone. I'm going to give you somebody to keep an eye on you. And he kind of puts his fingers in his mouth and gives like a whistle, one of those ones that I can't do, though.
Yeah.
And then this Dalmatian comes galloping into the room.
Oh man.
And he says, "This
Where'd you get that?
is Darling Domino, the Dalmatian. Darling, keep an eye on this one." And Darling goes, "Woof, woof, woof, woof."
I accept this assistant very good dog, even though I'm just as much of an adult penguin as every other carrier penguin right here. Yep.
And Darling comes and starts sniffing you, sort of. And then just jumps on you and starts licking your face. And you can play for Darling from here on out. And Agent Penguin says, "All right, we should begin our mission. Our mission is to find out what happened to the missing penguin. What has happened? Find out what's happening to the missing penguins. We figured we would start at the site of the last disappearance, but if you think that we should start by searching the last disappeared penguin's quarters, we can go there now." He looks at his flipper and doesn't have a watch on it, but
I want to check it out. I want to know what kind of person we were dealing with
Okay, let's vote really quickly.
One minute.
Yes.
Are we still getting paid?
Oh, absolutely.
No, then I'm in.
In fact,
Let's go.
in fact, working in this
What?
part of the service,
Yeah.
you actually get 75 cents more an hour.
Well, wow, I can save a lot of money with that. 75 more. Well, that can go in my savings account and the other savings account and the other one, and this is very good. This is very advantageous.
Small price to pay for asking someone to put their life on the line. Now, are we taking a vote? What are we doing?
Well, I would suggest we take a vote to see if we want to go to the last place this penguin was seen, or if we want to rummage through their things. Is that what I'm picking up, Glenn?
I wouldn't call it rummaging. Maybe we could refer to it as research on the victim.
I'm gonna vote we go to the last place that we saw the penguin at.
I vote last place because the longer we wait to go there, then the more opportunity there is for the crime scene to be changed or for clues to disappear. We should go there first and then maybe go to their house.
As long as we wind up at their house.
Darling Domino and I agree with everyone else.
Yeah, I'll go wherever.
Excellent.
I vote both. I don't know how to make a decision.
Then we'll do both.
That works.
So the agent reaches into his coat pocket
Wah.
and he pulls out this small disc, which he unlocks a thing on, and then he sort of unwinds it so it's a much larger disc, almost about the size of like a manhole cover. And
Wow.
he puts it right on the floor, and he sets these 3 locks, and then he types a couple like little numbers into code. He says, "Don't worry, I'll show you how to do all this later." And then he opens this little lock, and he opens a hatch, and now suddenly through the floor you see sky.
Wow, this is like Lost meets Roger Rabbit meets Lord of the Rings.
And he says,
Did we do a Lord of the Rings game?
A lost rabbit of the rings?
and he says, "Now, I have of course earned my flight at this point, but being trainees you have not. So you are going to need some sort of flight apparatus." And he looks at you and he says, "Jetpacks, perhaps?"
Yes.
Oh yes, very much.
I think
yes.
so.
Yes.
Let's go Rocketeer, full
Yes.
Rocketeer.
Yes.
Disney's Rocketeer, let's do it.
Don't know,
Yeah.
maybe.
No. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Denova, thank you. That's our good buddy Denova, who was here in
Thanks,
Ghostbusters.
man.
Our
last week.
good buddy.
And was awesome on Ghostbusters.
I hope you're doing
Pardon
pretty
me,
well.
do you have anything a little less oomph?
Indeed, old one. And so he goes back and he comes back with a cart, and the
You
cart
can
has.
just call me Joan. Where are we going again?
I think you're a
We're
great
going
old
to
one.
The last appearance of this missing penguin carrier.
Oh,
Carrier penguin.
right, I love murder mysteries.
So yeah, he comes back out with a cart, and the cart has 4 jetpacks and this little kind of like helicopter apparatus, like one of those little like you strap yourself in and have like a little helicopter over your head, and it sort of
Like on my hat?
Yes, like a helicopter hat.
It's an Inspector Gadget thing.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it's a helicopter hat that you
helicopter
can control.
hat.
Yeah, like an
Oh.
Inspector Gadget thing, right? Exactly.
Thank you.
So, in fact, it is Inspector Gadget's helicopter hat. That's
What?
what he gives
Oh.
you. Because he's a carrier penguin, he can go to Inspector Gadget's.
Yeah.
So they just have one of those. So you now have Inspector
once-
Gadget's hat.
Had a lovely weekend with Inspector Gadget Penguin.
Oh.
But that was a long time ago.
Wow.
Now that is a story I would love to hear sometime.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, me too.
Where are we going?
All right, everybody strap on your devices and follow me. And with that, he jumps down the hole and disappears into the sky.
Before we go, can I just quickly suggest a team name, just so we're all on the same page? Your pupper's name is Darling, is that correct?
Darling Domino.
And we're gonna be rushing through. I'm just gonna throw out there, Darling the Fast Five. Is that cool with everyone?
Darling, the Fast Five.
No!
Darling,
you
fast
you
five.
can think I'm fast, thank you.
Great. If everyone
We're all
feels
gonna
that
die
way,
anyway.
It's a very
Darling,
strange
the
suggestion.
I'm sorry.
Then
I'm
I'm
sorry.
checking off something from my list.
It's a strange suggestion, but okay.
It has a ring to it.
So, yeah.
I strap Darling Domino into the operator's part of the jetpack. And me into like the secondary part.
Aw.
Because Darling Domino is probably bigger than I am. And also probably better at operating
Yeah,
a
Darling
jetpack.
Domino straps into the jetpack and kind of holds you in their mouth.
Aw.
And the rest of you, you've got your helicopter thing.
I do.
And yeah, and he jumped in and disappeared, and you're just standing there looking at the thing. So, you're jumping in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's in?
Yeah.
I kind of slither into that.
Okay. So everybody, I want you to roll. We'll get to the first roll of the game, and everyone's going to make this one. This is a cool-headed roll to find out how you can operate this technology. It's cool. It's a cool-headed task, which means you want to roll under your number. You can each roll 1 die.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Success.
Success?
Success.
My jetpack's operated by a dog. This was not a success.
Success.
Not a success.
Alright, rerolls or no? You good?
My jetpack is operated by a dog. This must fail. This failure must stand.
Okay. So we will say that you jump through and you quickly figure out how to right yourself, and you're flying your helicopter hat. And you jump through, and your rocket pack kicks in.
Ooh, that thrust. Wow, that's amazing. I wonder how many joules of thrust this has. Oh,
All right. And we will see if you can get that knowledge.
Hey, Jim, hurry up!
oh. I power mine
My
up more
thrust.
to catch up.
Okay. And you also fly through.
Yeah.
You're steering your jetpack quite successfully.
I
And
want to.
you sink like a rock, and you sink like a rock.
Oh.
Oh
no!
Fast five!
I want to go down and try to
Catch the fluff,
Yeah,
catch the
fluff. Can we do like a swoop and catch him?
Okay, you're both going to try and save Sam?
Well,
sorry,
they're both,
I'll go after
Adeli?
Pingu.
Adeli and Pingu. Pingu fell too, right?
Okay, so one of you's going to try and save each other.
Yeah.
Okay, who are you trying to save?
I'm saving the fluffy one.
Alright, you're going after Adeli, and you're going
I'll go
after
after
Pingu.
Pingu.
Alright,
I'm
so...
gonna go hover by a skyscraper window and look.
Eliza, look into your future.
I'm taking notes.
So how do you
I'm
want to
excited.
approach this? You both already succeeded to know how to operate it, but you are sort of a brainy character. Do you want to see if you can
Logistics.
deduce more about, use your knowledge of math to figure out things that'll make you more adept?
Yes,
Or do you
I,
want to like be hot? Do you guys want to use warm blood and kind of just do like an action thing and try and wing it? What are you feeling here?
Nope. I'm gonna calculate exactly
calculate.
what kind of parabola I need to go down and swoop to get Pingu.
Okay, I want you to roll for that. You can
Can
roll
I-
2.
And can I assist in a way?
How?
I am going to slow my descent by spreading my body out because that's what I saw in the beginning of the Power Rangers film when they were skyboarding.
Oh yeah, you mean the
I
90s?
like
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, oh sorry, not the recent one. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Olive Sharp sends a reroll to Sam,
Thank you, Oliver.
and Stylin74 sends a reroll to Gina.
Thank you!
That's also good.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all have been so amazing. I honestly have no idea.
I got so excited I choked on my own spit.
And I promise I will also use these rerolls when it isn't so fun to fail.
So never.
I can promise you I will make them use at least 6 of those rerolls.
That's the number that he has, and we have a thing.
So
A
yeah,
dragon lady also.
you can roll 2 to calculate that parabola. How did you do? This is a cool-headed roll. You want to roll under your number, which is a 5, Jim?
1 success.
1 success, okay. And you... Oh, wait, right. You wanted
Oh, wait.
help. That was
Yeah.
what you were waiting on. Okay,
So then
hang
I would
on.
get a third die.
Yeah,
Okay.
just right.
Yeah, dude.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
It's like the ooze.
This is a cool-headed roll. You want to roll under your number,
That's a failure.
which is...
That's 3.
failure. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is a 3.
Then
So-
just 1 success.
1 success. Okay. What about you? What are you doing?
I'm gonna float over. I'm coming, honey! And I wanna, hover over where they're plummeting and then turn off my propeller so that I fall down too. And then I wanna catch them with my feet and then turn my thing back on.
Wow, that sounds like a very precise action.
Yes.
So that's cool-headed. You want to roll under your number.
I watch a
Um,
lot of shows.
It's a 5. Jen.
Yeah, I would like to help with the movie that I saw where a penguin and a dog were falling through the air and were saved by another Never mind, I can help on this roll.
I think I saw that one. My nephew took me to that too.
Yeah, that one.
All right.
You can roll 1.
It was a big hit.
I'm rolling one.
Yeah, you want to roll 1. You want to roll under your
Al
number.
Pacino was in it.
Yeah. Scent of a woman.
Success.
Success. All right. So what I will say is, you come right down at the correct parabola, which you perfectly calculate on the fly in the air. And you fly right over Adeli and cut your engine. And as Omar goes plummeting and Adeli goes plummeting and you come swooping in at a parabola and you come dropping out of the sky, what I will say is...
it's better than Botox.
You only had one victory, so that is success at cost. So what happens is...
Even if I only had one dice?
Yes, that's just how it works.
Bummer.
Yeah, and you managed to catch Adeli, and you managed to grab Omar, but then you kind of both... Pingu, sorry. And you smash into each other. The four of you collide. And everybody's flying devices
You guys just crashed into each other.
are kind of smashed on the floor.
Oh no!
Except his.
Are we? Where are we? Are we still in
Are
the
we
air?
still on the floor?
No, you have reached the ground since.
Crash landed.
Yeah, you crash landed.
Oh God, am I dead?
I forgot to calculate which way you would be going, and then you got in the cross section of my parabola, but I didn't deviate from it.
Oh, hard handprints, thank you.
Thanks,
I was
Evan.
majestic.
Your voice is still calculating, so I know I'm alive.
That is true. You are still alive because I'm still calculating.
Too fast. We were falling too fast. And
No! How
arguably
you
too
doing,
furious.
honey?
Too furiously.
Oh, you're welcome. Here, have a caramel candy.
Of course you have caramel.
Of course I do.
Caramel candies will get stuck in your teeth, though, so make sure that you floss tonight.
Yeah, with those
did you guys
special
know
beef
that the lady on the
flosses.
34th floor,
Yeah, with the special beef sauce, darling,
she
darling.
doesn't recycle.
So you are in an alley in New York City. You can see down the alley there. You can see people walking back and forth, and across the street you can see the Ghostbusters firehouse. And Agent
Oh,
Penguin.
cool, a firehouse.
Agent Penguin says,
Look at that.
"Fall in behind me."
Oh, I love a man who's authoritative.
Yes. And he sneaks along the wall up to the side of the alley, and ducks and looks back and forth and looks back and forth, and he says, "All right, everybody, very quietly." This is
Oh,
very
holy
exciting."
smokes, that's the Ghostbusters fire. I thought it was just a fire, and now I recognize it from the movie Ghostbusters.
Okay, fine. Just run.
It's...
All right, everybody roll warm-blooded. You can roll 2 die to see if you how you do crossing the busy street when he commands you to run. Yeah.
Can I have an extra die to argue that my one personal item is a walking stick? I'm an old lady.
It doesn't really work like that.
No?
If you had had 1, you could have argued for the second die like that, but there is no third die unless you're getting help. All right, you can have it for this one because
I am getting help in the form of a stick.
All right, because you're Gina, you can have just for this.
Best reason.
Just for 1.
Just one.
Man, I hope I'm Gina later in the game.
You can be Gina later.
Great.
I got
If we
one.
carry
Oh, PFW Scott, thank you. Oh my God,
That's pretty cool.
Guys are the best.
What did I need?
Y'all are the best. You needed warm-blooded. You want to roll over your number, which
okay.
is a 5, Joan.
I rolled exactly my number and 1 under.
That is a wow. So you got a question, and how did the rest of you do?
I got a wow.
You got a wow, so you succeeded.
I got a wah.
So you succeeded.
And with little fluffer dumb luck, I got 2 successes.
Oh, nice. So we will just say that all of you just like dart into traffic and cars go flying every which way and people go jumping away. Hey, Exo Girl Wonder, thank you for yourself. Excellent,
I'm
Queen of
just
the Astronauts.
slowly behind. Oh, they'll wait for me. How rude! Stop honking. Oh, I'll take my time. I don't care what the sign says. I'll take my time.
Like cabs are like screeching out of the way and hitting poles and people are shouting at you, but you're fine.
Hey,
Never
she's
had
walking.
I'm walking.
Darling, go down. Go guard.
And the dog
Yeah.
comes and walks.
Oh, hello, puppy.
Arf, arf.
Oh,
Bark, bow, wow.
I can't even imagine how many germs my feet are collecting on this floor.
And the agent says, all right,
Probably billions.
now,
Trillions.
this was the last location the carrier penguin was known to be at. Now, we should probably go in there and ask anybody if there are any witnesses. And when we come back, after we've gathered information, we'll go make camp, and I will teach you how to use the dimensional transport. And he takes the disc out. He says, until then, I'm pretty sure that... And on that, you hear this, like, screeching sound off in the sky. And you look up, and there's this little black dot, like way off in the distance. And as it comes, you see it's actually a figure, and that figure is wearing it's wearing these black heavy robes like death. It's this Grim Reaper kind of character, just flying, shooting super fast, wraith-like, screeching, screaming, evilest, scariest thing you've ever seen. And Agent Penguin turns around.
Murray, is that you?
And Agent Penguin turns around and he says, "It's not Murray."
Are
Oh my
you
God.
sure?
It can't be. And on that, the thing comes right out of the sky, grabs Agent Penguin, flies up into the air, and just vanishes into the sky. And a second later, Agent Penguin's little dimensional transport device just falls and lands on the sidewalk.
I don't want to steal that.
Hey, no, we need that.
Oh my!
Both Darling and I are hiding behind Joe now.
It goes in.
Pro tip: Dalmatians can't hide behind penguins.
I take out a pad and pencil. The top of the list suspects, Murray.
He said it wasn't Murray.
No, he said it can't be, but it looked like him. We can't rule out any.
I think
suspects.
we can rule out Murray.
Shout out to
I
Murray.
don't know. Murray might dress like
The only person we can rule out right now, conclusively, is Murray.
Who's Murray?
Who is
Murray
Murray?
is an X.
An X.
Why wouldn't Murray steal you? Why would he steal Agent?
He might have thought he was my new beau.
That's a good point.
You see, revenge plot. See, I'm putting it together.
He was giving you neck rubs.
I have a quick question. When
Are
you
you
and Murray
me?
were
Yeah.
when you and Murray were seeing each other, was Murray a Grim Reaper?
Oh, they look so similar. They do. I mean, I saw him floating there, and my first thought, Murray. All right,
I'm
might
on.
have been
It might be Murray.
I'm an
Put
eyewitness.
Murray
It
down.
might be Murray.
For sure.
Murray.
The probability is pretty low, but it still is there. So he should go on the list.
Hey, I
I
got a
always
question.
knew it would come back to bite.
Oh, yeah, you all get your wah wah wah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
This guy's a good
right.
question.
Sure.
Was it Murray?
Do you have a wah wah wah? Well, maybe someone else will ask that.
We know where Pupper is now. We ask Murray.
I just wanted to know, does everyone here still write letters to their parents?
That's what you want to know?
Yeah, I want to know what kind of relationship you have with your parents.
I live with
Oh.
my parents.
All right.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes, it saves a lot of money, and I help them to save their money, and I do their finances for them. I live in their basement.
Got it.
That's an excellent location. Mine have been passed on for many generations. I don't write them anymore. They would not get delivered.
Noted.
Although I could always write them and then have them sent back to me. Then I'd get some mail.
Oh.
So you don't get a lot of mail.
No.
Noted.
I live with my daddy and my daddy.
Okay.
So you're all just standing around in the middle of the street on the on
Yeah,
the
no,
sidewalk.
Where did
Fire.
Hey, where did the disc thing go? And where's Murray?
The disc
Glenn
is the-
has it.
Glenn has the disc.
Yeah, no, I
I know.
Wait, we have our question. I have a question
No, I
too.
don't really
Yeah, oh, yeah,
know
what's your question?
about
Who was that?
Who was that?
Yes.
The fifth.
That was what we will call the Wraith. That was not Murray.
Not Murray.
Yes.
Oh, that was my good lead. Not
the Wraith.
Murray.
The Wraith is a villain that is only known to IOU and Carrier Penguin Intelligence. And they know that the Wraith has been jumping universe to universe, doing something to the Penguins. Killing them, taking them, nobody's quite sure. And nobody really knows what the Wraith's identity is.
Well, we figure that out.
So
pretty
it
quick.
still could be
it's
So
not
it
God.
definitely.
I mean, I guess it could be
still
Murray.
Be Murray.
Cross his name off. It
I'm
still could be Murray.
uncrossing.
Yeah, no, I'll leave open the possibility. I will not rule out Murray.
I would like to cash in my wah 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 wah.
What do you want to know?
Now I know that normally you have to wait till about, depending on if you're pre or post McKee, an Act 2B reveal, but I don't have that time, all things considered. So I would like to just ask, what is the weakness of the Wraith?
Ooh.
Oh, I like the cut of your jib.
You're
Thank
asking
you.
a to be question in a not to be time.
The Wraith likes dogs.
Dogs are very good.
That's
Likes dogs. Likes as in likes them like it's friends with them, or
Like
likes
he
them
likes
as
likes
in,
them?
like likes how?
Did you roll another wah wah wah?
Well, no, but I think that question.
Likes
answer
for
was
dinner?
not
Well,
specific
you'll
enough.
have to wah 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 wah
I'll
wait
tell you
for
what.
the answer to that one.
How did Murray feel
Rick
about dogs?
puns.
I
Register
was
your
just
opinions
about
online.
to
Do not
say,
listen.
Yes.
Murray.
How did Murray feel about dogs? Sorry, you were saying.
You all speak so much faster than I do. Back in the day, Murray loved all animals except penguins.
Oh, is Murray not a penguin?
It's okay. Move on. Memories. Oh,
No.
I'm all right. I'm
Okay.
all right. Where
so
to
you're,
now?
Yeah, you're just standing in the sidewalk in front of Ghostbusters.
Should we go
headquarters.
inside the fire
let's go.
building?
Wandering
Yeah.
inside the fire building.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and you open the door, and
Start
inside
looking
the
through the
inside the firehouse, just
Don't mind me.
immediately you
I mind
pass.
you very much.
Let's see, who was there last time we left?
All of us.
Yeah, the Tully sisters, Allison and
Paige.
and I should have wrote down the Ghostbusters character's name from last week.
Glenn
and
McNeil.
Glenn McNeil and Ivilo Jarzynski.
Yeah.
And-
Cliff
Cliff something.
Danielson. Cliff Danielson. Bam!
Yeah.
We did it. Yes.
Yeah.
Good job, team.
We can remember things that happened last week.
Take that age.
A whole week? I'm impressed with all of you.
It took 4 of us.
Wow. Okay, yeah, and they are just
Wow.
all hanging out, doing their thing. Let's say, Ivilo and Glenn are working up business on the phones. Paige is doing techie stuff on the Ecto 1000.
Am I gonna be Allison now?
Yeah, Allison. Well, you don't have to be Allison. We'll say Allison isn't.
I mean, we could try, but
I mean, Allison is in ghost form floating around.
no, not anymore.
Oh, right, Allison was brought back to life. That's right.
Yeah.
So Allison's walking around. Yeah, do you want to be Allison for a second?
I guess.
All right, sure. And you see a bunch of little carrier
do that.
penguins waddle in the front door.
Oh, what?
He's
Can I help you?
Yeah, hey. Wow.
gonna do the talk.
Hey, Paige! Paige, we got messages. What
And
you
Paige
got?
hops to your
What do you
side.
got for us today?
Huh?
Any messages?
Oh, we don't have messages. We actually have questions.
Cool. Oh, questions. What kind of questions? I love answering
And
questions.
Paige looks down and
Questions
says, I
are the
can't
best thing
believe
to do.
my penguin to human translator is actually working. I haven't even tested it yet, but
Oh,
here we are, just all
I
speaking
fiddled
English
with it
together.
last night. I was
It's
able
amazing.
to revamp it. It works now, right?
Huh, yeah, I guess so. Good job.
Thank
Good
you,
job.
thank you.
Huh.
I've had the schematics in there for weeks. Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, hi.
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 Yeah. So, what can I do for you?
A bad thing hurt a good penguin.
Yeah.
Yes, we're looking for a penguin that was here,
right.
and it wasn't seen after it was here. So.
Looks like this old lady's
Yeah.
ex-boyfriend.
There was a big scuttlebutt happening earlier.
Oh. What
Also, what do I do with the
Thousands and
business
thousands.
card?
Oh, you put it right there in your pocket, and you call us when you need us.
Okay.
All right, so I want you to make a roll for a second. Not
All right.
you.
No, you pointed at me.
Who's doing the talking on behalf of the penguins here?
I've been talking.
You've been doing the talking. So why don't you roll a warm-blooded roll? You can roll 1 because you are a baby and you're not good at anything really yet. So
But
you want to
is-
roll over your number, which
Is Darling Domino assisting me by being an endearing pepper?
Emotional support?
sure. You can roll a second one for Darling Domino standing by.
I'll tell you one thing. Your dog is quite beautiful. We've been looking for a dog just like that for a long time,
She'll
actually.
make a great firehouse dog, actually. Dalmatian's classic, really, you know.
Oh yeah, I saw that in
Good
movies.
idea.
Dog
That's a
looks
good
on the
idea.
firehouse.
All right, Glenn, you gotta come see this dog.
And the Ghostbusters all come out, and they're looking at you. You're looking at them. Why don't you make a roll to see how much the Ghostbusters actually remember? And you want to roll, unless somebody else is helping you, in which case you get a third die. But
What? What's the
helping in terms of having the conversation and getting information?
yeah, you're trying to get information. I'm going to see how much the Ghostbusters remember about what happened.
This is quite fascinating. I've never seen penguins talk this much.
I would like to butter them up. Tell me if this is outside of the jurisdiction of the specific role, but if I could assist with my knowledge of the Ghostbusters franchise, both Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters Remake, Ghostbusters 2, as well as the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Can I assist as well? Is that too many assists?
That's too many assists. One help per roll. We usually
Do you want
cap
to
it at
assist
just
instead of me?
Nope.
Those are culture.
Well, I can
good.
give
Good
you a little
help.
bit of information. I'm actually related to people from the original, so you could charm me that way
Well,
if
there
you
you go.
want to help.
Yeah.
Omar, roll cool-headed. You can roll 2. You've got your book. You're prepared.
Oh, that's right.
Do
Do I have to pull from it really quickly?
Nah, I
Okay,
mean,
good.
unless you want to, but nah.
Make a poll.
Yeah, you want to roll under your number,
dear.
which is
3.
3.
No, it's failure.
I'm
I'm
use
too.
a
Yeah.
table.
So you.
Oh yeah, but
so-
I would like, you know what? Let's cash in one of those table rerolls.
One die for each room.
Remix.
That's under.
So you get an extra one now.
Yay.
All right, that is 3 successes with 2.
Baby prodigy.
I'm just very. People wanna say help me.
That was
I'm somehow
some
endearing.
very
I don't know why.
eloquent
because
questioning. I am here to answer literally anything that you would like to ask.
So, do you have any questions?
How could we get to the mean penguin herdy guy?
How can we get to the mean penguin herdy guy?
You will have to catch up with the mean penguin herdy guy by trying to figure out how to use Agent Penguin's dimensional portal to take a tour of some other universes.
Where is penguin herdy guy going next?
Penguin herdy guy is going next to the Evil Dead universe.
Oh. But that's good because he's evil, so he'll be dead.
Exactly.
He might
That's
sort
how
of
it
be
works.
the evil dead. He's kind of the evil
But you
dead.
succeeded.
Yeah.
So
3 successes.
the Ghostbusters remember that they were looking out the window when they saw
Yeah.
some strange, crazy Reaper type thing tear out of the sky, confirming everything Agent Penguin said. That the missing penguin that was on its way to do the deliveries to Ghostbusters completed its rounds apparently.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
They got the messages, but
Krasinski yelled at that guy and told him he was going to die, and then he definitely died.
yeah.
We're not sure if he died. Don't say that. It's just, it's very likely. Just, it got snatched and then it fell, and we gathered the things that fell if you want them back.
And
Okay.
and Paige says,
Here's your
"One-
evidence.
Adelie says from behind John.
And she gives you back the Carrier Penguin's messenger hat and bag. And Paige says,
Oh,
and
man,
I
hold on
actually.
a second. I just want to, just real quick, just rifle through all the stuff in that bag.
Okay, make a roll.
I'll take the bag. It's
Warm-blooded, you can roll 2 since you're prepared to do this.
Yeah, I'm born.
You want to roll warm-blooded. You want to roll over your number, which is 4.
Meanwhile, I really want to dress up Darling.
Yeah.
So
even though it's a firehouse dog.
I got one.
Oh, okay. You can ask a question. You got a
Yeah.
question?
So what I want to know is, how easy would it be to, open up all these letters without anyone noticing? Like, is there something I can do to open these letters without having to tear open the
Well,
letters?
you just succeeded there, so I'm going to give you that.
Great.
You
All
opened
right.
up that
Cool.
bag
So I
and you
know what's
rifle
up,
through it,
good.
and you're a great rifler, so you do this pretty quickly.
Rifleman.
And somewhere in there, in the bottom of the bag, you
Deep
find
and dead.
Yeah, you find like a handwritten note that just says, "Watch out for the Reaper."
Oh, watch out.
This guy's in
Watch
Blue
out.
Oyster Cult.
And Paige steps up and says, "Oh, one more thing. when that thing flew by, we had all these supernatural bad guys outside, so all of our sensors were going off, and I went to review that data later, and it's the strangest thing. That strange flying, crazy, death-looking Reaper thing with all the heavy robes and, it's not supernatural. Whatever it is, we thought it was a ghost, but when I looked at the data...
Definitely no ectoplasm, nothing at all.
Are you sure about it?
We're pretty sure we are the Ghostbusters.
Are you accurate? Because I know that some people, when they're looking at data, they tend to be a little flippant, a little...
Excuse me, how many doctorates do you have?
Well, I was just going to say, I know that some people are a little fast and furious with their statistical conclusions, so just wanted to check
No,
on
we're
that.
slow and empathetic.
Neither fast nor furious.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Perfect. That's all I wanted to know.
I'm sorry.
Never be sorry.
I wouldn't describe you guys as the fast and the furious type. So, I think we're square. I think I'm good. I'm good here.
I feel like we're really drifting off topic somehow.
Yeah, it's sort of like a Tokyo drift.
You're welcome.
Wow, that was a perfect volley.
Oh, that was beautiful. Friendship.
Man.
Great.
We're gonna go to Broadway with that one.
That was good.
You're good, you.
And by the way, Exo Girl
I have
Wonder
no
sends
idea what he's
their
talking
roll
about.
to Omar.
Thank you. I'm
Nice.
gonna need it.
Thank you, Exo Ann.
That's a good idea.
What else do we have here that I should do now? This can wait, this can wait, this can wait, this can wait. Alright, let's get to the character swap in about a second. Hang on. What do you want to do?
Oh boy.
Can you help us
That's
work
embarrassing.
the disky thing to go?
Oh,
somewhere else?
oh, yes, I'd love to. Yeah, all right, okay.
Alright, you start examining that.
I do.
And while you are examining that, I'm going to say a couple of things happen. First, before we get to that, you guys get a transmission from headquarters.
Okay.
It is a
Oh, I'm
slew-
vibrating.
Yes,
Oh, I thought I was having a heart attack.
Oh.
that's how it works. The penguins themselves actually vibrate.
Yeah.
And,
Oh.
and then
Kinda
you,
into
and then you realize it's just your pagers, and you open up your pages and you look at them, and you see that the Carrier Penguin organization is sending you a bunch of messages.
I don't understand this texting culture.
And while the Ghostbusters are examining the interdimensional transport, you guys get some messages. So first, from DJ Phoenix. Our good friend who's here all the time. Thank you, DJ Phoenix. DJ Phoenix says, "Fly free and majestic, oh wonderful carrier penguins. All of you are amazing." Meaning of Night says, "Glad to be part of the madness. Keep up the good work. Much love. Thank you for being part of the madness, Meaning of Night." Perfect Cosimo says, I love that. Thank you, Perfect Cosimo. And Bondo says, "Consider the penguin. Smart as can be, dressed in dinner clothes permanently. You can never tell when you see them about if they're just coming in or just going out." Oh, I should have sang that. Thank you. And the Posh Panda says, "My dearest Joan, the nurses say I haven't much time left. Those old war injuries are finally finishing the job.
Murray?
Please know I've always loved you despite the rumors that of that Parisian nightclub fire. Perhaps we'll meet in another ocean. Your love, Murray."
It's Murray.
And contains a perfectly round ruby.
He's trying to throw us off the
You know what?
scent.
I'm gonna give you that ruby. You have a perfectly round ruby sent from Murray. Thank you,
my-
everybody,
Wait,
for the penguins.
What? Am I engaged?
No, you just have a ruby.
A sphere.
She's a
A ruby
penguin.
sphere.
This is what I meant about the pebble.
It's a pengagement.
It's
It's
a
a
pengagement.
engagement.
Well, that's up to you. Only you can decide if you're going to
That's the
accept the ruby.
proposal.
I can't accept until I know that he has been cleared of charges.
Well,
That's reasonable.
yes, that is very
We
reasonable.
don't know if he's just trying to butter me up, trying to throw us off the scent.
That is very
This is very suspicious.
This could be a distraction.
It's a ruby, it's not butter.
distraction. Oh, you're right. Not butter.
I
not
couldn't believe it.
butter.
And while you're standing there,
I
the
can't
Ghostbusters,
believe that it's not butter.
and while the Ghostbusters are examining the transport, and while Joan is not believing that it's butter,
It's evidence. this page.
ghostly energy that seems to have escaped from the Ghostbusters containment unit sort of hovers right over Jem and Glenn, and now you just feel a little weird. And even though this doesn't really do anything in game, what I will say is that you
What is this vapor?
you two,
It's very
You vape.
very dense.
you're gonna swap penguins for a second. So
Oh,
you you are now
Have we
playing.
swapped bodies?
No,
or
you haven't
just-
swapped bodies. I just did that for effect.
Okay.
You are actually just playing Glenn now, and you are playing.
daily.
The little in-universe thing will just
I've
explain.
been
the-
waiting for a
behavioral
pebble from a suitor my whole life.
That's so romantic. It's just like that movie. Yeah, that movie.
Man, I so many. I know the movie, just the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Hey,
My
Glenn.
nephew took me to it.
Hey Glenn, have you ever been married?
Oh, I've been married a few times. Yeah. Why? You heard something?
I just didn't.
This is the best.
Look into the mirror.
Yeah, Elise, real good.
I didn't know what these
This is
characters
how
were,
people
and I
see
think
you.
This is on the internet. Like, this is permanent. Like, employers will know.
Oh yeah, it's really good. All right, okay. Yeah, I'm a professional.
Sorry, I'm being neurotic and I just
Okay.
You kind of look like the salamander chameleon guy from
Monsters.
Monsters Inc. Yeah.
Gina, I want you to roll on behalf of Allison.
I would love to.
You are trying to see how much you can figure out about the interdimensional transport, so it is a cool-headed roll. You want to roll under your number, which we're going to trust Sam was a 4.
No, it's a 3 now. Remember? I
Oh,
went
No,
through
it
the
was 5 down to
shadow.
4, wasn't it?
It was 5 down to 3. I was in the shadow realm for
All the
5
way down to
years.
It's in the Shadow Realm for 5
Yeah.
years, so
Sorry.
it's a 3.
I think I would
But
like
I
to
imagine
assist
it-
if I could.
Yeah, you can assist.
I have a good understanding of penguin technology, and I think I might be able to help you.
Are you...
Honestly,
Milo?
it's an absolute
No,
honor
No,
to
you're...
science.
Oh, you're...
Yep.
Yeah, I'm Jem.
Well played.
Jem.
That's exactly what I was going to
Jen, yeah, come on over.
Okay,
It's been
so
a hot
you
minute.
roll 2 cool-headed. You want to roll under Jem's number, which is a 5. And that's an assist. Boom.
2 successes.
And that works. So you can
This is a
now
Mark
roll
5
3. You
prototype.
want to roll cool-headed. You want to roll
very
under
well.
your number, which is a 3.
I love you both.
That's 3 successes.
I love this show so much.
And
And a wow.
a wow. But what is it in Ghostbuster universe?
ESP.
Ghostbusters, it was
ESP.
ESP. So yeah, you have ESP.
I was gonna get to the
Suddenly-
ESP.
Suddenly you're getting a vision. What is your question?
Okay, so I'm just figuring out how to make this dimensional pocket
You're
disc work.
trying to see if you can figure out, right, the agent never told them how to
This
use it.
compact disc.
Well, I think part of the problem that you're running into is that you've got human hands. You see, these are designed for penguin hands.
Oh,
is
you're right,
amazing.
you're right. Okay, how's that?
Much better.
Okay.
Glenn, get out of the lockers.
Yeah.
Glenn, what are you doing?
Just don't worry about it.
I would advise you not to touch that. It's quite radioactive.
Oh, it's all
What?
right.
Were you talking to me?
I have experience with these kind of things.
Do you? That's quite fascinating.
Yeah.
All right, I guess my question is,
Yes.
Glenn gets into a lot of
Can they control what universe they go into? Like,
A skilled operator can. What I'll say is that because she is a new recruit and knows the technology better than you, but not great. And
this is not my first time dealing with interdimensional wormholes.
It is not, but it is your first time dealing with penguin technology.
This
so
is
what I'll
true.
say is that, like, yes,
They're pesky
for
buggers.
penguins.
to a certain extent, they can control where they're going.
Okay.
But there's probably going to be some hiccups because you don't know how to use it. You don't know all the fine details of the setting. You seem to be able to get, there is sort of coordinates that set a world, a date, a location, how exactly the subtleties of setting them work.
right.
A little fuzzy.
Well, you
on it,
can
but you've gotten
loosely
away.
get to where you're going. I don't know exactly how, since my fingers are not exactly what needs to be pressed. But it seems possible that you can get to anywhere you need to go.
Oh, well, that seems like a useful tool. I understand why they built it. I think I can do a little bit of work translating the Pingwish, and we should be able to figure this out.
Good job, Jem.
Penguish.
Yeah.
I would like to try and
No one
set.
should have that much power. Yeah.
I would like to try and set a destination.
Okay, sure.
Where did we say we were going
was going?
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead.
Yes.
Evil Dead.
So, Evil Dead.
Okay, sure. You can roll a cool-headed roll. You want to roll under your number. You can roll 2 die.
Can I assist?
You.
Back?
Who are you? You are Allison.
I'm
yeah.
still Allison.
You can assist back.
I don't know who I am anymore.
Not down.
Allison, you can assist back.
Not me. I don't know nothing about discs.
Also a cool-headed roll.
Yes.
You can roll 3 die because you are a Ghostbuster, not limited by the same thing they are. So,
No, I'm not. I'm quite an expert doctor.
You want to roll
Thank
under
you.
your number. Your number's a 3. Roll 3.
All right. Over my number, you said?
You want to roll under your number.
Under my number.
Those are 3 failures.
Nope. I will re-roll and nope. Sorry, no help from me.
No help from Allison. Allison is like, oh yeah, totally.
No, my experiments are downstairs are exploding. Excuse me.
And runs away. So now you
all
are
right.
on your own. You can roll 2. You are trying to roll under your under Jen's
What a
number, which
funny
is a
Jen's
5.
Okay. 2 successes.
2 successes, but I am going to throw out 1, giving you 1 success, making you succeed at cost, unless you
Well,
want to try again.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
it's
make
a
me
forced
reroll,
reroll.
right?
Yeah, I'm gonna, right, yes.
Is that my reroll?
Oh wow, that is a fail.
Oh no!
No, it's mine.
You have
But
a
I'll
fuck you,
fight
dragon
it.
lady.
Fuck you, dragon lady.
Wow. Callbacks.
Success.
It's
We're in
fine.
the correct universe for it and everything.
Yep.
So yeah, you set it as best you can with the instructions you have, and you put it on the floor, and you set the locks, and you hit the thing, and you do all the stuff that you saw the penguin do, and you open it up, and you are now looking down into sky.
Well, that worked really nice.
I think it's a success.
Okay.
All right. Do you need help this time around, little Fluff? You guys can join me with
You
the hat
only
if
have
you want.
1 rocket pack left. Remember,
What?
the rest of you destroyed it when you all crashed into each
I
other.
broke my hat?
Yes, only
I
Blaine
have
rocket.
still has a rocket pack.
Oh, I
But-
don't think I can afford this. I'm early in the week. I'm not gonna get my hair redid for another 4 days. I can't just dive out into nothing.
Well,
I
but,
turned to Paige.
yeah.
Miss Human Lady, can you help us?
And Paige says, well, I did just get the Ecto 1000 up and running again, and it does have the power of flight, as we learned in Ghostbusters Part 1. You bought flight for that car. So, why don't you roll warm-blooded? You want to roll over your number. Your number is, what's your number? 2.
Puppy eyes.
A daily. Yes, you're making puppy eyes.
Can I assist
No, my puppy's
by,
also
by
making puppy eyes.
holding my aching back and giving that guilty look to a younger generation?
Roll 2 warm-blooded. That you want to roll over your number.
I got 1 success and it's a wah 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 wah.
Oh, okay. But you got a success, so we'll get back to your wah wah wah.
Okay, yeah.
You get a third, and you want to roll warm-blooded over your number, which is 2.
2 successes, one of which is a wah 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 wah.
Okay, you got a question?
Let Sam answer first. I don't know.
You don't have to have a
What was
question.
1 hour photo actually about?
Oh, you kind of nailed it actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Max? Omar, you were the one who brought up 1 hour photo.
Yeah. I mean, I think what it's really about is the voyeuristic culture that we've grown up in and just become so accustomed to. But in terms of what literally happens, yeah, that's it.
Really?
I got it right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Paige is like,
Pretty good.
I'm probably going to regret giving my flying Ecto 1000 to a bunch of penguins, but all right, here you go. And she hands over
That's
the
not
keys.
very nice.
Hands the keys to a daily. A daily
Oh wait.
hops
What?
up into the driver's
No,
seat
wait,
and
you
is
should-
ready to go.
Have you ever-
Because
seems like a
they
good
are
idea.
definitely an adult.
But have you ever driven a car before?
Yes.
Maybe we should have someone supervise.
Nope, I'm ready.
Shotgun.
Okay, yes.
Darling Domino's operating the pedals. I'm sitting up on the driver's seat.
I don't mean to be insulting,
Don't
but
worry,
it doesn't
don't
seem
worry.
like the best idea to have your dog drive a car.
I don't want to die today.
Oh, teamwork. Teamwork's good.
We
It
wanna-
makes the dream work.
We want like
DreamWorks makes movies.
a nice soft landing.
We're
Okay,
making
I
a
know
movie?
this isn't gonna be like some like Fast and Furious
We'll
thing.
option it.
No.
No,
But-
probably not.
Every movie.
Why do you?
Oh, and I'm not even done yet.
So okay, I would say you all pile into the Ecto 1000. And
I'm sitting in the front seat.
you're in shotgun. The
I
rest of you
called
are in
it.
the back.
I'll keep an eye on the little one.
I'm not
That
little.
would be appreciated. Thank you.
You're pretty little.
The dog's with you. You all jump in and
Buckling up as best I
let's
can
say-
and going to cover my body in soft things.
And let's say you get behind the Ecto 1000. I guess yes, you are standing on the wheel or something. Right, sure. And
Don't forget
holding on to it like.
I'm gonna take my jetpack.
Yes, you have a jetpack. That's not a bad idea.
I'll just follow along
All right.
beside you.
Don't forget your seatbelts, honey. Don't.
So you hit the gas, and the car plunges through the portal, which opens to portal size to let the car through. The car falls through the sky, down through the portal. It's just plummeting down. Why don't you roll to see how your flying goes?
Adele, you should try turning it on.
Oh, but that's
Okay,
so
you're
cute
gonna roll
when
to
they're
help.
playing.
All right, you roll cool-headed because you're trying to help. So you want to roll under your number. You can roll a 2. You roll warm-blooded because you're just.
I love that you should turn this on.
Success.
Success.
Great.
Okay, so you can roll 2. You are trying to.
Yeah.
Thing. You were trying to roll.
Awesome.
I guess cool-headed. I guess you're
You
trying
said
to
it's-
operate technology. I was gonna say warm-blooded.
Yeah,
but
I
like-
mean, I've never worked with this before,
Yeah, but
and
you're
I'm not
still-
being precise.
But you were still trying to operate technology, which is specifically one of the things under the heading. So let's
Fantastic.
say cool-headed.
Let's. Sorry, y'all, you're gonna die. Yeah, y'all die.
Table
I will
reroll.
reroll.
Table, yeah.
I will
Please
reroll
say.
1
Is
to
that
succeed
wrong?
at cost. If this fails, then we all die. Hey, we all die.
So the car is just
Love that.
I could have
plummeting.
seen this coming. Oh
Oh
boy. At least I just got my hair done. I'll look beautiful in my casket.
Yep.
No.
Okay. No, this is fine. This is totally fine. I'm just gonna unbuckle and jump into the front seat and turn it on.
Okay, make a
And turn it on?
make a warm-blooded roll. You can roll one die. You want to roll over
We're
your
all
number.
gonna
Your number is Jem's number, which is a 5.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Good luck.
It's okay. Just plummeting through the air or anything along those lines? It's a failure.
That's alright. Oh my goodness.
The car just
All gonna die.
It's a failure.
We're gonna die. Okay.
the car just keeps plummeting. It's falling so fast it just starts pulling apart at the seams.
I want to look at the dashboard the whole time these shenanigans are happening, and I want to push the big red button that looks like a parachute.
Okay, roll cool-headed because you're guessing that looks like a parachute. You want to roll under your number. You can roll 1 die. Your number is 5.
One of these is going to explode us and self-destruct, and one will save us. Bink. Did you say 2 or 1? I was
1.
one.
You roll
No.
under your number.
Can Glenn help at all?
Yeah,
My
Glenn.
number.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you want to help, or you can get her another die,
Yeah,
which can increase the
yeah.
level at which she succeeds at?
Yeah.
How would you help?
Well, since I was looking in someone's locker, I saw a manual for the ectoplasm.
Oh.
What's it called?
Oh, you were going through someone's
Good
locker?
job, Ben.
I just saw the instructions of how to fly this thing.
That works for me. You saw the instructions. Let's roll
Yeah.
cool-headed to see how well you understood them. You want to roll under your number. You can roll
Under
1 die.
4?
And you are using Glenn's number, which is a 4.
Success.
Success. So you can roll and 1 more.
Success.
2 successes and a wow.
And
Oh, I got a wow. Wait, no, I didn't.
Right.
Never mind.
does where are other puppies?
Other
I love you
puppies.
so much.
because we're in the Evil Dead universe again. There's this very specific dog line that is very prominent in these parts.
It's true.
Very famous dog line.
It's true.
There are puppies in the Evil Dead universe. There are
Many generations.
Many generations.
There's a statue dedicated
Wraith.
to that.
The Wraith also has many puppies.
You know who loved
Is
animals?
that puppy with
Murray.
No.
So now we have the.
So
It is not entirely unlikely.
the
that
body
it
swap
is
is
the
up.
Wraith.
You're back to being a creeper.
Right.
you are
gotcha.
back to being who you are. The first time I didn't make it a half hour. It's the best body swap ever.
Do we want? Do we want?
Live and learn.
That could be enough.
Dom, if there's another stretch goal on the table, we can extend the body swap. I don't know.
Take him back. Take him back.
I don't know what's going on with Dom time, and I'm afraid to ask. All right, so yeah.
Let's say if we hit 625, people are going to be happy.
Wait,
Alright.
620.
Nowhere near that. But
Oh.
Okay, I was about to be like, what happened? Did I,
are we like 5 away from that?
my math skills are
75
bad.
more
but not
cents.
bad. So you hit the button and you succeeded two successes. So yeah, a parachute comes out and it catches the car.
Oh,
And the car starts falling. But it had started breaking up before that, so you guys just fall like through the windshield and go back to plummeting yourself down towards the ground. And as you are plummeting, the car, you were right, the parachute is taking the car very gently down to the ground.
We've already come out of the car.
You're flying,
I
plummeting.
fell out of a window.
Yeah, you fell right through the window, and while you're plummeting to the ground, your pagers start to
If
beep.
I had a nickel for every time I've done it.
Your pagers start to beep, and you get emergency falling signal detected.
Oh, well.
And it says
Dang, I thought it was Murray again.
emergency flight enabled.
Oh!
Okay, everybody roll warm-blooded. You can roll one die to see how your flying skills work. You guys unlocked flight. It is on the table.
Hey.
Warm-blooded, you want to roll over your number?
over, right?
I have one reroll. I might use it.
I'm using
for it.
mine.
Jinx.
I'll reroll too.
Well, no, both were wrong.
It's okay?
Okay.
Ay.
My number. Wah, wah, wah.
You want to use the table rule?
Watch me fly.
You got a wah too? Okay,
Success.
Success.
No success.
all right, so you all, oh wait, you have a question?
Oh! Can I rescue Jen?
Yeah, you absolutely can. Do you want to try?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you roll a warm-blooded roll? What we will say is that all of you managed to start flapping your little flippers,
I got you.
and you only have one success apiece because you just got this power, but it's enough to slow your descent, and you gracefully land on the ground.
I have
And
my
then
wawa.
You have a wawa. All right, what's your wawa?
What does my pupper look like when they fly?
What do you want your pupper to look like? Oh, thank you,
Awesome.
Handprints.
God, thank you again. What do you want your pupper to look like? Like, does it like lay out Superman style, or does it like sort of sit and like
So many great
around,
options.
or
So
like in a ball,
the
like
ears
a pupper loaf?
the ears flap.
Ears fly.
The ears have it. Yep.
Yep.
Like
Okay.
a flying nun.
Yeah, that pupper just.
There we go.
Has a little like penguin feather over their ear, so they can flap their ears and fly Dumbo
There
style.
was a time I was a nun.
You look up in the sky and you see that Gem is plummeting to the
I
ground.
was excommunicated.
And you see Gem is plummeting to the ground, and you want to leap into action, so roll
I do.
warm-blooded.
I'm sorry, that's another story. I have to go save our friend.
Can I assist with some advice?
You can.
Since I'm a general pop culture enthusiast, I'm gonna throw out I'm gonna throw out some Oregon Trail info right here. Joan.
She doesn't have dysentery.
Good. Joan. Very good to know.
Yes.
Fly to where she's going to be, not where she is.
No. That's wonderful, sweetheart.
There was this game Oregon Trail, which they really should do.
You're really wasting quite
Oh,
a
I'm
bit
sorry.
of
You go ahead. We'll talk
time.
about it
Still
later.
falling, and
But that
my
was
rate of falling is
lovely.
very fast.
Have a caramel.
So
There.
why don't you roll cool-headed? You want to roll under your number. You can roll 2 because you're giving movie advice and you have your book. You are prepared. your number.
I got one. Wah, 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 wah.
Okay, that's one is all it takes. So now you will get your question,
Great.
but you get to roll 2 die to try and save Gem.
I'm not able to generate enough air pressure to not fall as fast.
Warm
The
blooded, you want to
Pinwheel
roll
principle.
over your number, which is 5.
Over.
You got 1 success.
I did.
All right.
Oh, this is just like my water aerobics class.
You fly up right
I'm gonna
beneath
go
her.
up beside you and just start aiding you. See, normally we have the flippers, the floaties, and here just like this. More, it's all in the technique. All in the armpit.
But you did only have 1
Or the
success.
flipper pin.
So it kind of
Right
works.
there.
And
Oh.
she just falls right on top of you.
No! Don't
and
worry, I gotcha.
What's your wah 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 wah? Oh wait, no, you had the wah wah wah. What's
Yeah.
your wah wah wah?
All
I
those
would-
lemon cakes.
While all this wonderful,
Nice
fun
Patty.
lemon cake conversation is going on, I look around and I like to ask, what's the Deadite situation? Because I know this franchise.
Uh-oh.
What I will say is, you land in the woods of Tennessee, just within sight of the Nobi cabin.
Okay.
And there's a weird, kind of dark, stormy sense about the sky. There are definitely deadites in the area.
What's a deadite?
Got some bad news, guys.
What is it, sweetheart?
What's that?
Oh, so am I dead?
Oh no. Can you hear me calculating right now?
Yes.
I fell on you.
Oh God. Yes. Continue.
You are not dead, but there are some things that are dead and undead, and they're evil. We should probably get in the cabin as soon as possible.
So what you're telling me is the bad news that we have to break into somebody's cabin?
You mean that
glad-
thing?
Yes, I guess.
Now, and while you're
Oh,
standing
what a
there,
rough day this
the,
is,
flying,
man.
the flying car just lands right in front of you. Finally, with
Thanks,
on the
Echo.
parachute.
Oh,
You save the car.
what an excellent parking spot.
We'll have to-
Right up front.
We'll have to return that at some point, because then they won't have it in the Ghostbusters universe.
I'm not going to return that.
They seem quite capable.
And
Do we really
going to the
have to
cabin,
go
yeah.
in there? It looks so dusty.
No, we should get in the cabin. We should definitely get in the cabin. There's nothing we can protect ourselves without here. We should get in the cabin.
Yeah, and
You
you,
don't
you
have
start
to
to
be
hear
so
this kind of
pushy.
screaming sound in the woods. And
Oh god, that's a 19-year-old Sam Raimi noise. No, let's get inside. Let's go inside.
Alright. Well,
All right, so you rush into the cabin,
19.
and this is, you all know, this is the Evil Dead cabin. It is old and kind of nasty and rustic and dirty, and everything's ramshackle and broken down inside. And there's a little hatch on the bottom. There's a trapdoor on the floor, and the trapdoor is open, and there's this weird red light coming out of it.
Oh, great.
Ooh, that looks warm.
Yeah.
And I have extreme genre savvy, which is why I go in there.
I grab your
Because I know all about pop
no.
culture.
I grab your fluff.
All right, roll warm-blooded. You want to roll over your number. You can roll 2. Your number is 5.
How do I contest in order to do the
Back
bad
in my
idea?
day, red
you
lights
can't-
are
yeah,
a
yeah,
big
see, give-
no-no.
Give her a chance to stop you.
It
You want to roll
depends
over
on
your
what
number.
you're
You can roll
looking
2.
Just a reminder that both of you have a ton of rerolls. You can just go back and forth until you figure out good
Those are
Battle
both
each
out. So, Adaly waddles right down the ramp into the
Oh,
basement.
all their floof just came off in my hand.
Oh, man.
Someone
It's
stop
wet.
the little one.
You stole the bag.
No.
And
Embarrassing.
what are the rest of you doing?
I am looking around the cabin and I'm seeing that it's very dirty and I'm looking and just kind of taking stock of everything that's around me.
Roll a cool-headed roll. You want to roll under your number. Your number, which is once again your number, is 5.
Under.
Nice. So I will say is that you look around, and yeah, this place is broken down. It looks pretty nasty. You see there are blood stains on the floor. The windows are smashed. But over on a table in the corner, there very strangely there is a like pristine condition top hat just sitting on the table.
Top hat?
A top hat.
Are there any, like,
Put a top hat on a penguin.
Books
God
and
damn it, y'all are
drawers
already
and-
wearing tuxes. Let's go.
Aww.
There's a top hat.
a top hat was Murray's favorite accessory.
I'm gonna race down after the little one, because that's.
I did say to do that.
Yeah,
please
I'm gonna
get
race
on
after the little
that.
ones.
All right, you run down into
Also,
the
can
basement.
you please return this fluff to them? I mistakenly
Okay,
grabbed
thank you so much.
it.
Yeah.
So you run down into the basement after the little one, and you get down there, and it's dark, and your eyes are adjusting to the dark.
Oh,
What are you doing?
I'm just like looking through drawers and stuff.
Okay,
Things.
why don't you roll a
Finding
headed
side
roll? You
state
can
bars.
roll
Personal.
2 die. This is something you do. You want to roll under your number 4.
Right on. I got one. Wow.
Oh, you got a question?
Yeah, I guess I got a question. Are there any, old records of people who used to live in this house? Pictures of them? Any letters that they may have written? Or maybe books they used to keep around? Something personal.
Yeah, you
Something
absolutely
personal.
open a drawer while you're going through stuff, and you find the Necronomicon.
Oh, hey, look
Oh no!
Why did I go downstairs?
It is in a
wow,
drawer,
this looks
and
important.
it is a drawer filled with, very strangely, the drawer has the Necronomicon, and it is also filled with cheap, like, ersatz generic Legos called Blegos.
Oh,
That are just,
cool,
like,
yeah.
in the drawer.
Your Lego.
And
They
you
look like
now
they
have
know.
the Necronomicon.
Why does your character always find it?
But you are down in the basement adjusting to the dark. What are you
I'm
doing?
investigating the top hat.
Looking for the right
Okay,
stuff.
yeah, you are just looking at the top hat. It is just a top hat. I want
Yeah,
to
I
make
always
a roll
go
for
for
that.
basement.
It's fine.
Oh.
You want to roll? Okay, you know what? Make a cold-headed roll. You can roll 1 die. You can put it on. Do you want to roll 1 die? Roll 1 die.
My
It's a
number.
5.
Wow, 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 wow.
Cold-headed, you want to roll under your number? That's a success. Do you have a question?
Yeah, where's Heather and Nyx?
Yes!
They're off traveling through time right now.
Dang it!
That's
great, but
Sorry.
dang it!
I know.
Sorry.
But together!
But they're together.
Yes.
Alright.
Stank
okay.
squad.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, you
Crime base.
succeeded. So you search the top hat, and on the band on the inside of the top hat, you find like a little business card.
Oh.
And one side of the
Something's
card
cooking.
says penguin. And the other side of the card has a picture of an umbrella on it.
I found a clue!
Am I next? I feel like I'm next because we were both like
Yeah,
that.
you
I'm
can
next
see it.
to her.
This
There's-
book is
I
crazy.
don't understand.
So let's go back. While you two are looking at the card,
It's an
let's go back to
umbrella
Pingu.
organization.
Pingu, you come down into the basement and you see the baby just walking around looking at stuff.
Put this in my flaps as well.
Let's go back up.
Yes, that might come in handy.
No, this is definitely the best place to be in a scary cabin. Look, it's all red and warm.
And you hear a voice go, "Who's there?"
Hi, I'm a Daisy.
And they walk into like a shadow and disappear, and you see like this figure who's shrouded in shadow kind of lean forward and pet says, "Ah, wah wah wah, hello, my penguin."
Okay, I would like to. Okay, can I look around the basement? What's in the basement?
The basement has all the usual
Like
things you would
160
find.
options.
There's that like workbench with all the Nobi recordings and stuff, and all the Evil Dead, shtick that's all over. And there is a giant, well, not giant, but like large sort of purple umbrella that is leaning up against the wall.
Oh, has you got any weapons? You got any tools?
I've never been to
There's
Wood
Anything's a
Deck.
weapon.
yeah,
to use
yeah,
it right.
absolutely. There is there's a gun. There's a rifle down
Yep.
there. And we'll say there's an axe. I don't remember what was left exactly during the game, but we'll say some weapons that were used during the game made their way down to the
Right, I
basement.
mean, that axe last found itself in
Yes.
head of a certain cheerleader,
Yeah.
so that
Yes.
ultimately decomposed.
Ah,
I would like to pick up the axe.
11%.
okay, you got the axe.
Yeah.
And that figure steps out of the shadow and looms over you, and he says, "Hello, little one.
I'm a Daily.
Hello, Adaly. I'm the penguin."
Hi, the penguin. I'm a Daily.
And this is the penguin from Batman. He is hanging out for some reason in the basement of the Nobi cabin. He's just petting you, and he says, "What brings you here?" And he looks over at you and he says, "I think you could put that down now. If I wanted to kill you, I certainly could. I'm more than a match for even Batman." All right, maybe not quite a match for Batman, but we've had a few good dust-ups.
You know what? You're now that I don't need this.
What's a Batman?
I take it to the side of the wall.
Batman.
A bad man?
Yes, it's an awful bad man.
Oh, you're better than a bad man. Okay, so you're a good penguin.
Yes.
Okay, good.
I'm the noblest of all penguins. Wah, wah.
We've been looking for a penguin herdy bad guy.
And his face gets all serious. Why don't we say that you guys make your way down to the basement to show them the car?
Yeah, where is the fluff frickin' gone, guys?
Hey, have you guys read this book?
And you have the Necronomicon. Oh my god.
So you wandered out with the Necronomicon.
And you've got the Necronomicon, and
lovely
Is
tales,
Glenn with us
I
too?
hope.
and the penguins.
Is Glenn down there with us too?
Yeah, Glenn has
Okay.
come down. Everybody's down.
I'm looking over Glenn's shoulder and reading the book as well.
You're
Guys,
also reading the Necronomicon.
Do not, to quote Cabin in the Woods, I'm drawing a line in the freaking sand right now.
There's
Do
no
not
sand.
read the Latin. Do not read the Latin.
Oh,
I speak Latin.
No.
They taught it in
We'll
school
roll.
when
Check
I
this
was
out.
a young.
We will roll to see if you can understand the Latin. But for now, the penguin says, the penguin herdy bad guy. You know,
Maybe it's a bad man.
one of the carrier penguins visited the Batman universe that I lived in, and that thing came out of the sky and grabbed it. And I managed to get its dimensional transport, and when it came after me, because it thought I was also a penguin, I escaped to this universe, and I've been hiding here in this cabin, which pretty much even that thing is afraid to come to.
Great.
Where in
Where?
this universe would we find the wraith?
The Wraith isn't in this universe, but I can give you directions to where you will find it.
Where go? Oh, right.
And he takes out a paper and he scribbles out some numbers, the kind of numbers that you type into that
I can't read this.
dimensional transport.
It's okay, I can read it.
Oh,
Gives it
I
to you.
didn't bring my glasses.
All right,
It's
That's
alright.
why I can't read it. Glasses.
Yes. Of
Yeah.
course.
the penguin says,
Must have fallen out when I fell out of the car.
are you going after the Wraith?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
That's our mission.
Yeah.
He's a penguin herdy
I
bad
need
guy.
to find out if my engagement is genuine. Do you have any relation to a penguin named Murray?
Oh,
penguin
Murray's a
named
penguin,
Murray.
He is a penguin.
It does sound familiar, though.
Like
I
his own kind.
can't quite place it.
Yeah.
Not bad guy.
Penguin.
So
But it's not true.
the penguin gets up and he waddles over to the other side of the room. And while he's doing that, why don't you roll to see if you can understand Latin? And why don't you roll
alright.
to see if you can help him
No,
understand
Glenn.
Latin? Unless you're reading the book and he's helping.
Hey, you're
who's that?
probably reading
You
the
had
book.
it for.
I
Oh,
definitely
you're probably
don't
reading.
know Latin.
You
I
definitely
can
don't know
turn
Latin.
the pages.
So right.
One of my hobbies is linguistics.
Perfect. So you roll to help. That is
Yeah.
going to be turning the pages.
I'm
Hank
also,
Latin.
you know, I'm
Cool-headed, you
pretty
wanna
good
roll
at getting into stuff.
Under your
so-
number, you can roll 2. Your number is 4.
Can I start with 2?
A success.
That's success. So you can have 3. Oh my God! Nice.
Pretty alright.
Bringing us closer to shenanigans that we don't know about, but Dom's excited for.
Am I really under mine? Cold-blooded?
Cold-blooded. Yeah, you want to roll under your number, which is a 5.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's still
yeah, you
successes.
succeed real hard.
And wah wah wah.
Yeah, you got a roll. Do you have a question?
Jem doesn't know the Evil Dead universe at all. So, I guess my question is, are we gonna die?
No, you're not gonna die. But as you complete the chant inside the book,
I think this is written.
the penguin turns around. He's like, "No, you
No,
morons!"
it's Forte,
The-
not
The penguin turns around. He's like, "No, you imbeciles!" And suddenly, this portal starts to open just in midair, and it it's like a whirlpool in the middle
I
of nowhere.
just had
and
my
it
hair done.
sucks all of you right into the whirlpool, and the penguin's just like, "No!" It's like you're not going to be able to follow the wraith, and then that's all you hear as you just go flying through this sort of like interdimensional whirlpool, just being sucked through time
far out.
and space and dimension, and you suddenly find yourself in
Roll a d20.
a suburban neighborhood. You come, land right on the ground. There are
Oh, much better.
suburban houses line the streets, cars parked on the side, kids walking back and forth.
How do the
Very
kids?
typical of
Kids
this
look.
kind of
Kids
area.
look normal.
Oh,
Normal looking kids.
my.
Normal looking, you mean like humans?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
look at all
they're
these
not
tiny
penguins or anything.
bald
They're just they're human
penguins.
beings.
Are the mailboxes just like right at the end of the driveways?
Yes, there are mailboxes right at the end of the driveways, but as you are sitting there, one last thing comes flying out of the portal, and it lands in your hands.
Yeah.
It's this little orb, and it's got a little note attached to it from the penguin. And it says, you open it up, and the note says, managed to grab this while I was hopping through time. Hopefully it can help you beat the Wraith.
Can you read it? Do you need?
So, what is it? Can someone read this for me,
Do you want to
please?
borrow my glasses for a second?
Yes, that would be lovely.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. All right.
I wanted to see the fluff. Try to read it.
It says,
word, sentence, word.
Who
Word, big word, dot.
they're right.
Yeah, you
That was absolutely correct.
Well,
you translate, and it,
You can say it again.
It says what I said. It just said, hopefully this will help you
Yeah.
beat the Wraith. And you look at this orb, and the orb's like the sealed thing, and on both sides of it, top and bottom, it has the number 13.
This is the most presents I've received in a single evening.
What I will say for you is that this is your Omega 13.
I figured.
Just making sure that that's true.
Is it a word?
Thank you, Elsa.
Oh, thank you, Los.
Thank you.
Wow, you guys are incredible. I wonder what is going on.
Now this
Okay, and
is a pebble.
as you were sitting there, one last thing falls out of the portal, also with a note from the penguin, and it goes to
Wow, Cobble's very generous.
Yeah. No kidding.
One,
That guy for
two,
a guy who
you.
lives in a basement.
right into your lap falls
That's
this
so random.
this kind of ray gun that's got like this icy sheen on it.
Oh,
That
And
makes
there's
sense.
a note on it, and the penguin says, "Managed to steal this from Mr. Freeze. Enjoy."
be
You
careful.
now
That could
have a freeze gun.
That child's got a gun.
I'm an adult penguin.
I now
Absolutely,
understand why
I have no
you just
intention of
chose the
angering
way
you.
you did it.
It probably has a safety.
1, 2.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're going to just pick whichever number gets the child a weapon.
Yeah.
But you already had something.
No. Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
love
you have these weapons, and while you are sitting there in the middle of the street, you just see go right by you the craziest thing you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
That's
There is
debatable.
a procession of toys, like all kinds of toys. There. Oh, Thank you. Oh my God, you guys, you all are so incredible.
What is
That's a beautiful screen right there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's the screen of love.
What are we gonna do?
No
All of
idea,
you,
man.
everybody, thank you.
We're gonna find out.
So yeah, while you were sitting there, the craziest looking thing you have ever seen gone the street. It is a rocket-powered skateboard, and riding on the skateboard is a stuffed Beanie Baby dog, a block of Ursat's Legos made out of Legos,
I found a bunch of those
a
in the
Shuri
corner.
Black Panther action figure, and a Speed Racer toy. And they are shooting down the street, being chased by just a herd of characters, toys from Masters of the Universe, Marvel, everything, Gravity Falls, Funko Pops, everything you can think of. It is the Infinity War from our Toy Story game, shooting down the street towards Carl Fredrickson's house.
Darling Domino, come back!
And as you yell that, yeah, the dog chases after it but stops, and one of the toys that's going by in the procession stops and sees you and hops along, and it comes out and it says, it's this little squeaky penguin. And the squeaky penguin said, "Hey, penguin friends!
Hello, Penguin.
Hello.
I want to
Wah,
sidle
wah, wah,
up
wah!
What's going on here?
What a polite
Oh,
young man.
just kids having an Infinity War. Nothing to worry about. I'm sure it'll turn out fine. And behind you, you see this gigantic hot air balloon take off from behind one of the houses you're standing and just like disappear into the sky.
Hey Glenn, really
Majestic.
quick. If If you look over there, you can see Wally for a split second. It's an early Easter egg.
Yep. Wally, definitely. And the penguin says, I'm
Is it an
easy.
egg?
Can,
Oh, me too. Here, I have a caramel. It'll help with that.
why, thank you. And he takes the caramel and says,
Don't get it stuck in your squeaker.
can I hang out with you?
Hi there.
Why suddenly became
come on down.
Yeah.
Does Weezy have an accent? I forget what Weezy's accent. No, he's just
No.
kind of got like an old-timey Frank Sinatra thing, right? Yeah.
Have you?
Can I hang out with you guys?
Yeah.
All right.
Have
And he hops up onto the dog's back and grabs like the dog's collar to ride it like a dog.
This is Darling
To ride it like a
Domino.
horse. Darling Domino, yeah. So now Wheezy the
dog.
penguin is riding Darling Domino and says, I love your dog. And
It's
he
a dog.
pets the dog and then he reaches over and pets you. He's like, pleasure to meet you, little one.
My name's Adaly. I'm not a little one. I'm a normal-sized, full-grown penguin adult.
I heard you in the basement. I heard you in the basement. You said you were a baby.
I didn't say that.
It's okay to be a little one.
We were all babies one time, man.
Yeah, I remember way back in the past.
Yeah, me too.
I honestly can't remember that far back.
I want to grab that little toy and slither my wings around it and just give it a real slow squeeze.
Yeah, and as you do that,
Yeah,
what are we doing?
nothing, we're good.
And then it sort of inflates again. Oh, okay, Ginger, thank you.
That is a terrific name.
Good name.
I am so amazing.
Thank you, everybody. My God, guys, y'all are amazing.
Solid name.
Have you seen another carrier penguin in this neighborhood before?
I've seen them flying overhead, but I haven't seen any in a while.
Aren't they majestic?
There's no sight like seeing the penguins overhead. Their majestic wings flapping majestically as they majestically soar through the majestic skies.
Would you describe it as falling with style? Because
Why would you say that?
I don't understand your reference.
There's a reference?
There's... Oh, I don't know if I want to break the reality right now. It's fine.
I understand your reference. Wheezy.
Oh no, I know. Yeah, in character, I'm like, I don't know if I want to break this.
And
this world
Don't
path.
break the one rule. They don't know they're in a movie.
Don't worry. I was referring
That's
to
the
a play.
Carrier Penguins one rule. I
I-
read the handbook.
Yeah, I was. It was a reference to an Ibsen play I saw
It's
earlier.
It's
Ah.
4.8.9.
I don't know who that is.
Exactly.
But, nice. Nice.
Oh, by the way, here's your glasses back.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I forget. Thank you.
So, and
It's
on
giving me a
that,
headache.
while you're standing there, all of a sudden the sky starts to twist again because you know
Like
the
you did last summer?
Necronomicon is just the Necronomicon is still in full effect, and another portal opens up and sucks you all right back in. And you fly again through like the whirling kind of nothing strangeness, and you come flying down and you
What's
land.
in the tunnel when we go through it?
It's like one of those Doctor Who right woo time
Like
tunnels
if I
with
were to
swirling-
stick my fin outside the stream.
Do you want to try that?
I do.
Okay, roll.
I'm feeling dangerous.
No Ragnarok,
Warm-blooded, you
dude.
can roll 2.
What is a Ragnarok?
It's the end of time in terms of Norse mythology.
I once dated him.
You can roll 2 die.
Named Ragnarok.
at the end of time.
Did Ragnar give you a
Trust
rock?
me. Nothing compared to
That would
Murray.
be a nice pebble. A
I love
Ragnarok.
Joan.
Last
No
Joan,
one was a feisty
roll
woman.
2 die. Warm-blooded, you want to roll over your number, which is a 5.
Did you say 1 or 2?
2.
2.
Because you're just reaching out and grabbing.
I am.
See if you can pull something out of the time stream.
Over my number?
Yeah.
Over
there's
my number.
1 success. Yeah, you reach out, and when your hand comes back, you are holding an Iron Man suit. But that Iron Man suit is penguin shaped. You have an iron penguin costume that you just pulled out of some passing dimension that
Does
you
it
guys
work?
were flying past.
Wait, did you
Does
just
that work?
pull that
I
out
don't
of
know.
space and time?
Wait, and I'm also still wearing a top hat.
Yes.
So Iron Man.
Well, you could give it to somebody else. You don't have to use it yourself.
No,
Jen
this
would
was
just like to
clearly
know-
a present for me
Jen
from
would
an.
just like to know if it actually works.
I don't know.
Can I take a look at it and just make sure it
Jem,
works?
why don't you examine the
Will
suit?
you help me put it
Yes,
on,
of course.
dear?
And if
You
it works,
can
I'm gonna
roll,
power it on for you.
that's a
true.
cool.
Zippers are tricky.
Yeah, it's got a lot of zippers. Iron Man suit. It's cool-headed
It's
roll.
a mock
You want to roll
for zipper.
under your number. You can roll
Mark.
1,
One. Wait, what? One.
unless somebody's helping.
I mean,
One.
Pop culture expert.
Yeah, I'll assist with my knowledge of.
All right, so you can
Iron Man
roll
lore.
Does
cool-headed.
this
You
suit
can
have
roll,
a zipper?
roll 2. You want to roll under your number, which is a
3. So this is gonna be. Let's see
I want
here.
to not roll and pretend that I do.
One success.
Go for it.
That's a Mach 3 suit.
Numbers.
All right, that's Jess. You can
It's very
roll.
helpful. Thank you very much.
You can roll 2 now. You also want to do cool-headed. You want to roll under your number, which is.
I got 2 successes. One is a wow 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 wow.
Do you have a question?
wow. Is this suit operational?
The suit is operational. Yes. And you can figure out how to use, 30% of it. A little bit of some features.
30% of the features.
Yeah,
All right.
a little bit. Like, you have some ideas of how to use stuff. You're not going to be able to, like, turn someone into Iron Man overnight.
That was a
but-
similar situation with Homecoming. You're set.
Iron
Because that suit
Bird.
was amazing.
That's true.
Iron Bird?
Do you think my beehive haircut will fit inside of this helmet?
Oh yes, I think I can get it to manage to wrap itself around. Here, let me just zip it up the back.
Oh, thank you.
It's got a
Right.
zipper.
And you are just being pulled through time. And
It's
you've got your Iron Man
Not
suit
true.
on, your Iron Bird suit on.
With now a top hat on top of it.
Okay.
You
and-
look ridiculous.
Really good.
What did he say?
He said you look ridiculously good.
No, careful you. Oh,
All right, what?
I put this in the
I
boat.
see you.
Me too.
Oh, I'm engaged, sir.
Well, you haven't accepted
Did you
yet.
say yes?
Twice.
You should think about other options.
Oh, I still need to find out who this suitor is, number 13.
You have a lot of power right now.
Yeah, that's what, it just happened that way.
Characters open.
But, by the way, Adaly, your pager goes off. There's a message from Carrier Penguin headquarters. That message is from That Gay Ginger, who says, there's always time for a penguin and Sarah's song and dance.
Aww. That's lovely. Thank you, That Gay Ginger, with your terrific name.
And you all come pummeling out of the portal.
Oh.
And you go, and you find
That
yourself
didn't hurt at all.
sitting in a living room. You are in
Perfect.
a cartoon universe. It looks like you were in some kind of mansion, a very expensive looking house.
I know what this is. I don't know what this is.
That
Do
is cool-headed. You want to roll under your number.
I don't know. I
which you
don't
did
know. I
not
don't
do.
know. what
Yes,
this
you
is.
did not do. You do not know what
I
this
know
is.
what this is.
Does my suit tell me my location?
Does your suit tell you your
I'm
location?
wearing a fancy. What does this thing do?
Oh, here. I wanted to show. Can I show her a couple of?
Sure.
things?
My flippers have never felt so light.
Why don't you, Eliza, roll, Jem, why don't you roll a cool-headed roll to see how your instruction for Joan goes? You can roll 2.
I want to
Cool.
go through the medicine
Cool.
cabinet in the bathroom.
Yeah, you do.
You're trying
One success.
one success, but I am going to make you re-roll your one success.
Oh!
Like a Satan.
Ha! One success.
One success.
Fuck
All
the
right.
dragon lady.
Wow, wow.
You show her just enough so that she gets a read-up that says you are in Los Angeles.
Is there a Jarvis or Friday situation for the suit?
Do you want a Jarvis or a Friday?
No, it's a Sunday.
No, there is it does have an suit intelligence, but the in-suit intelligence is called.
What's your name?
I am Penguin.
Penguin. Everyone.
I could do better than that. What's its name?
Yeah.
Penguin with a W.
Penguin.
Penguin.
That's what I thought you
Yeah,
meant penguin.
Yeah, that's totally what I meant. Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
2 words. Penguin.
Yeah.
Penguin. It's nice to meet you. I'm Joan.
It is nice to meet you, Joan. We are in Los Angeles.
Oh, we're in Los Angeles.
Oh, great.
And on that, you
So many dreams come to die here. I've heard.
That's true. And you hear a voice behind you, this low, gravelly voice, and
Is that you, Penguin?
you turn around, and in the shadows, you see this sort of tall, heavy man. He's wearing an old kind of 1930s looking suit and a fedora. And he looks over you and he goes, "Penguins." And then he looks closer at you and he goes, "Huh. Hey, look at this. They're not even tunes." And he pokes you and he goes, Roger, come here, look at this." And this cartoon white rabbit jumps over and he goes, "Penguins!" And he looks at you and it's Roger Rabbit jumping around in front of you, and he's like, "I love penguins. What, did you get out of the Ink and Paint Club? I love that place." Actually, I don't love that place. It's kind of a terrible place, but I've been there. And Roger's looking over you, and he's got this trench coat on, and this is your sneak preview for next week when we will start our 3-part Who Framed Roger Rabbit series.
Hi, Bunny. It's Bunny.
And the bunny just gives you a big hug and rubs your head, and he's like, "Hey, maybe I can entertain you all a little bit." And he gets down on one knee.
Wait.
Shave and
And I throw the top hat.
he's like, "Shave and a haircut," and he catches the top hat and he puts it on and he goes, "Too bad." But before he finishes, another portal opens up and sucks you all in it.
That's my hair.
And you hear Roger go, "Bye!" And as that portal closes, as that portal closes behind you, you guys fly again through the time nonsense and come down, landing now on a lawn. And you are outside of, I will say, a house. This is kind of also a very kind of a mansion, but scary and weird and
What a
Disney-ish.
horribly maintained front lawn.
And then you hear, I'll just leave it. Hard maintained front lawn. Sure. Were you gonna do something?
No, I'm looking around.
You're just looking around. Okay. Why don't you roll a cool-headed roll?
So I gotta get under?
Yeah, you want to roll under your number, which is a 3, Penguin.
Boom! Success!
And you, while you are looking around, spot in the shadows
Mostly my
something
neck.
is flying around up there.
What? Where? Flying around where?
Like just by the mansion, just kind of like hovering in the corner.
There's a
Wait,
shadow flying around.
like Marie or something else?
Murray?
No, it's the Reaper.
Oh,
The Wraith?
oh,
The Wraith.
I leave it to me. I want to pull out my pager, and I want to text back to Murray and see if he buzzes.
Oh, that's a good trick.
Oh, it's just like in
Good
that
trick.
movie, right?
This is how
Yeah,
I've
which
caught
one? Yeah, the
many
net.
a lover
Yeah.
in the day.
Okay.
Okay.
When they step out on you, you just buzz them while they're doing their thing.
Flying.
Yeah.
You do that, and when you send the signal, at first nothing happens, but then suddenly you hear a buzz go off. And the Wraith
Not expected.
flies down towards you, and it goes, "I can't believe you idiots found me."
First of all, rude.
And it lands.
We're very smart, actually, because we found you.
I want to take out my emerald and
Or what was it?
Ruby.
Ruby?
Did you mean it?
and it looks at you, and it just has this dark mask. It's all wrapped in robes, and it just has no interest, and it goes and it looks over at you, and it kind of hovers over you, and then it
Hey, kid.
looks at your dog. It looks at
Darling Domino.
Oh,
and it's my favorite, Dalmatians. And the Wraith
I wanna
pulls
shoot
back.
it.
The Wraith pulls back its hood, and underneath the hood is Cruella de Vil. And she looks at you and she says, "How nice of the carrier penguins to deliver me not just 5 more penguins to be used to make my new line of penguin wetsuits, but also a Dalmatian."
If you like it, you should have put a ring wraith on it, and I want to shoot with my freeze gun.
Whoa!
And I'm assisting with my Iron Man suit.
Okay. Let's give it a shot.
I'd like to help.
You can read
Yeah,
some
why don't we call
devilish
each of these independent
incantations.
attacks?
Okay.
You can
Okay,
help
sure.
one or the
All
other.
right, so we should help who? Pop culture maybe help? Well, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll help whoever.
You, the one with all the knowledge. Which is the gun button?
If I remember from specifically in the opening, not the opening sequence, but the secondary opening sequence in Avengers, you're going to want to do the right arm. There should be some sort of
Right.
firing and coolant laser that plays during the Stark Goes Green track off of Alan Silvestri's soundtrack.
Okay. Roll cool-headed 2, because you're prepared. You have your book.
This kid's,
I was just
this kid's
listening to the
adorable.
Sylvester.
That was harder to understand than IKEA instructions.
I want to get below,
What did he
right?
say?
Yeah, cool-headed. You want to roll under your number.
I have
which
to
is a 3.
sing a song.
Hey.
Oh, I got 2 successes, one of which is a wah 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 wah.
Okay, hold on to that for a
Yep.
second.
Then in
You
that
will-
case, I understood you perfectly.
All right, you're going to get help.
All right, I would like to help the fluffer. So I have my calculator, my T82, which is my one personal item,
Sure.
and I am able to calculate how to precisely, logistically calculate what temperature that the Cruella de Vil will freeze at to help the fluffer.
Sure. That is also a cool-headed roll, and you got a calculator. You're
Yeah.
prepared, so you can roll 2.
Yeah.
And you want to roll under your number, which for you, Gem, is a 5. That is one success.
Does that count?
I mean, yeah,
Help?
it does get
Okay,
her the
good.
help.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so it's me.
Yeah, so you are now, what do you say you're attacking with the freeze gun? You've
Yeah.
never used the freeze gun before, but you were getting help, so let's say you can roll 2 die.
Okay.
And it is a warm-blooded roll,
Ha,
it's an attack,
ironical.
and you want to roll over your number,
See, 'cause it's cold.
which is...
Yeah.
That did
Thank you again! Dom,
Rounding up.
why is
Susie.
Dom laughing
that?
evilly?
We gotta giggle. We gotta giggle.
What just happened?
That was a maniacal
Thank you.
giggle.
Oh yeah, that's the best kind of giggle.
2 successes.
Oh, I haven't done it yet.
And what are you doing? You're attacking with the Iron Man suit?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are also getting 1 die of help. You've never used the Iron Man suit before.
That's good.
You can roll 2 die.
Isn't this supposed to just be instinctual?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about how this suit works.
I mean,
I totally do.
you can try piloting it on instinct.
I don't
you
know
wanna-
how it's inside. Isn't the computer doing it?
All right, so you're going warm-blooded. You're just trying to do this on instinct. You're trying to roll over your
Penguin,
number.
shoot the bad lady!
Over your number 5. You want to roll 2.
I love you, Tina, to be back.
And Penguin's like, yes, I will shoot the bad lady.
Wait, what?
Reroll, reroll,
You
reroll.
failed.
Yeah!
Nope, you failed.
Are you trying
Yeah!
over or under your number?
I'm rolling a
Over.
Over.
Got it.
Because she's trying to do it on instinct.
You got it.
Oh,
I'll try again.
Yeah!
You can do
Sorry,
it.
friends.
there's still 3 table girls.
I'm not gonna waste those.
You can waste them.
Someone's gotta spend them.
Waste,
All right.
burn one, burn one.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
get
Relative is a very,
so
very
lost
bad
in
lady.
conversation with Pet. Oh, really?
Yes.
Do it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
And don't worry about it, lady. It's okay.
No.
Alright, maybe we should start worrying about
Okay.
it.
Enough.
All right.
You two both open fire. You hit straight on, and Cruella de Vil just, it's like, and instantaneously freezing. You just start strafing in the Iron Man suit, just like all over the place. You're just,
I hit the aerobic size button!
yes, you shooting
Yeah, you
absolutely.
got a lot of power with that.
Doing Zumba.
Yeah.
I don't know
You
how.
could
I
somebody,
Really?
I don't know.
pick their pocket.
I haven't done a squat
Look
in
up their home
13
address.
years!
You want to curl your toes up
Where's
so
the
you're
mattress?
making sure that you get the emphasis on the back legs.
Okay.
No, thank you.
And the wraith just goes flying back, absolutely just repulsed by the cold of that blast, and seems to lose her balance. And Cruella just she looks like she's about to hit the ground really hard when from behind her suddenly the Spanish Inquisition shows up. Yeah, I know nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition, but here they are. And they have a very comfy chair, and they catch the wraith and lower the wraith.
Not the comfy chair!
The comfy chair.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
And
one of the tools.
Not you, sweetie.
What?
You're fine.
so The wraith avoids actual real harm, but is kind of disoriented.
And frozen.
And Cruella, she sort of floats back up, no longer wearing her hood, so her head just on display. No reason to hide her identity anymore.
Was she frozen anymore?
She's freezing, like, there's ice kind of clinging off of her. She's really not happy. And she's, all right, you've run this round, but if you come after me, all your penguin brethren, penguin associates that I have taken will go into that wetsuit factory tonight. So, you better stop coming after me now.
So where's that wetsuit factory at, though?
Where's the factory
I'm not telling you.
But
She turns and
how will
starts
we know what place to avoid if you don't let us know where not to go?
And she just disappears.
No, I thought that one would work.
That's all
It was
right.
a good
Next
strategy.
time we'll get it.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll
The
steal all
Spanish
this stuff.
Inquisition, huh?
The real question
We need to
is...
find out where that factory is.
Gosh darn it!
I'd like to question the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
And then
gentlemen.
the Spanish Inquisition. Yes?
I was just wondering how you got here so quickly.
Because no one expects us to. I don't know why they're French. And they sort of
Unexpected.
start laughing like Frenchmen. And then they run into the night and disappear.
What? Oh.
What a lovely bunch of tall, hairless
And
penguins.
as that happens, you wait, what is going on? No, we'll come back to that. So yeah, you are left on the lawn outside of let's say Cruella DeVille's house, and Cruella DeVille has disappeared into the
We're at
night.
her house.
Oh, I got
You
the skill
should-
set for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna start rifling through a garbage bin.
Yeah.
This is my
Trying to
time
find
shine.
any bills that you may have thrown
Hey,
out
thanks for the
in regards
bit.
to the factory.
Yay. Wow.
P-Rate UK, thank you.
We should break in, just like in
Yeah,
that
let's break
movie.
We should definitely do
Which movie
that.
am I thinking
A
of?
lot
You know
of
the movie.
You're
What
gonna
movie?
rifle through the garbage?
Yeah, I want to
Why
see
don't
if she
we-
threw out any bills or anything in regards to the factory. I want
Yes.
to figure out, find a paper trail. It's kind of like, hey, you know this.
Yeah, what's up?
You know The Wire?
Yep.
And they keep saying follow the money?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that.
Yep.
But
Hey.
for penguin
Follow the
suit
Yeah.
creation instead of drugs.
Have you seen The Wire? You should really watch The Wire. It's really, really, really good. Everyone should watch The Wire.
What is
Really
it?
violent.
What
There's
is it?
so many birds on the wire.
This
Yeah,
kid loves
which wire is
violence.
it?
Gina,
It's only been.
let us know
Register
what you
your
think.
adoration online.
Really violence. Is it?
So yeah, you
Yeah, I
wanna,
want to rifle
all right.
through some trash.
And Haley's
Anybody
just saying
wanna-
the one thing I've ever heard about The Wire, which is that you should really watch The
Does
Wire.
anybody want to help him rifle the trash?
Yeah.
Yes.
You?
Yeah, kid.
Okay. So Jim, why
Alright,
don't
you got
how
the
are you
right
going to
idea.
help? You're just going to also
I
rifle.
feel a strange kinship with Glenn for some reason. I'm not sure why.
I feel
it's
the
like I
same
bit his
way,
head or
Jim.
something.
Yeah.
So I'd like to help by having been in his head and knowing that there's a certain probability that you will actually find information from rifling through mail.
I buy that. And this is on your turf. You got your calculator, so you can roll 2 to help him. You're rolling cool-headed under your number, Gem, which is a 5.
Great. Oh,
That's a
goodness.
success.
One success.
All right.
So you, this is what you do, rifling through people's stuff. So you can now roll 3. We will call this warm-blooded because, you kind of just go on instinct. And while you are rifling through that,
All right. Warm blood, huh?
warm-blooded,
That's
yeah,
over
that
my
means you
number.
want to
2
roll over
successes.
your number, which is a 4. You got 2 successes. All right,
Yeah,
so
one of them's a want one.
while you are rifling through the trash, your pager goes off again, daily. And that day Ginger says, has a message for all and says, nobody expects the
Spanish Inquisition.
Thank you.
The Spanish Inquisition.
Yes, thank you.
Broccoli
I tried.
farts.
I
Those
tried.
are
They
so
just-
Nobody expects the
unexpected.
broccoli farts.
and then,
That's also true.
I'm telling you, they come out of nowhere with French accents. It's a whole ordeal.
The broccoli.
Joan
You
Wisdom, Joan Wisdom, let us
Is
know what
that
you're
not
thinking of Joan.
normal? My doctor said it was fine.
And then there's a second message.
It means that you're getting enough fiber in your diet.
And then there's a second message from that gay Ginger who says to Sam, thank you for subscribing to the Penguin and Sarah fan club. MSG and data rates apply.
Well, I love monosodium glutamate, so all is well.
Thank you so much, that gay ginger, and thank you so much, everybody. Y'all have just been amazing. Again. This is just overwhelming. And yeah, so you had 2 successes, Glenn.
Yeah, one of them's a want one. I do have a quick question.
Yeah.
She's like, does Cruella de Vil use any, you know, medications she would be like ashamed of?
She has to.
Does she use any medications that she's ashamed of?
Sure, you know, like, I mean, it could be anything. She could dye her hair to not, you know, show her age, but she could also, like, have a lot of hemorrhoid cream in her trash.
Yeah, she actually has both hemorrhoid cream and hair dye.
Yeah.
Which sometimes she mixes up, which is really unfortunate.
Oh, that's why.
That's why half of her hair is
That's why half of her hair, yes.
And why she acts like she has a stick
In
up
all
her ass.
fairness, hemorrhoid-free hair.
That's true.
Works.
And there you go, we
Is
just
that
expanded
the
the 101 Dalmatians.
I cover Darling Dog.
That's canon.
Can you cover mine too?
That's why her hair's so
have
big.
so many
It's full of
flippers.
hemorrhoids.
It's very swollen.
You absolutely pull a bunch of bills out of there that have to do with all kinds of things, Cruella de Vil's life, including her embarrassing medications, how she, her tailoring bills for all her expensive clothing made from poor innocent animals, and indeed some information about the wetsuit factory. You find out that the wetsuit factory is actually located through one of these dimensional portals. The wetsuit factory is actually not in Cruella de Vil's own native universe, but is actually located in, let's say, the Pirates of Gummy Bear Island universe.
Oh my gosh.
The Pirates of Gummy Bear Island comes from Tempting Fate, Season 1. In case you are having trouble figuring it out, it is about pirates who are gummy bears and live on an island.
Good episode.
Yeah, it was wonderful. That's where it is located, and you are now standing outside Cruella de Vil's house. She is nowhere to be seen. You have your dimensional portal.
We
What
left
did you
that
gather?
Ghostbusters car back at the Evil Dead.
Yeah, you lost that thing.
Oh, we should have.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's
You
there
lost
now.
the Ghostbusters car. I mean, maybe you can...
We couldn't drive it anyway.
Oh my god, Tixie!
Oh my gosh,
Wow.
Dixie,
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, thank
thank
you
you so much, all.
Dom?
All of you
What's
for
happening,
doing
Dom?
What are you
Why?
doing?
What did
Crazy.
you right?
Tixie, again, thank you so much. It's just been
Dom just
especially
gave us like
great
a
with us. You
very
all have
coy
been-
look.
Yeah, it was the most.
Yeah, that was a quick, like, little.
Yeah, Dom has this
Yeah,
look
I'll
on
let
his
it
face
out.
that is absolutely frightening right now. Should have made Dom the big bad of this.
He's doing
There's
it.
time.
There's still time.
He's doing the suntan lotion pose.
Yeah.
You wanna do
Is
something?
there a dog pulling my underwear off?
Darling, get down.
Adele, yes?
help me break into the house.
Anytime, kids. Absolutely.
They grow
Let's
up
do
so
this.
fast,
So,
don't they?
Adele, you waddle up to the door, and you're gonna try and break into the house with help from.
Yeah, absolutely.
Glenn?
I'll help out. Yeah.
So Glenn, you can roll your helper roll. This is cool-headed. You want to roll under your number. I assume you break into a lot of stuff.
Yeah, shouldn't I be helping you?
You
Yeah,
said
no,
you
that's alright.
Yeah.
I want to
Wanna
help
Yeah.
educate you. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
you know,
See one, do one, teach one?
kids gotta learn how to do stuff.
A
Give
baby penguin
give a
has to start
penguin-
learning how to break into people's houses. If
Not
you don't-
that I'm a baby penguin, I'm a full-grown penguin who appreciates assistance and expertise.
That's alright.
Hey,
I know a
it's
lot
good
of
to
full-grown
start a
penguins who
career
don't know how
path
to
young.
break into houses.
As I can tell you, it gets much more difficult as you get older.
Give a penguin a fish and they'll eat for a day, but teach a penguin how to steal fish from their friends and they'll eat for their
DeNovo!
whole lives.
Oh man.
Thank you again.
Whoa, thanks.
Everybody,
Thank you.
thank you
I don't know
again.
what's happening, but it's probably
Yeah, I
pretty
also.
good.
I'm only starting to find out what's happening.
Oh boy.
Okay. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much. And Dom,
I'm Jericho.
we are going to talk later.
Musical
About
episode.
whatever is going on.
Oh, you're in trouble.
No. I just
That was
I want to
okay.
find out what
Oh my
the
God,
secret of his
musical
magic is. So yeah, you
Yeah, all right.
you
Okay.
succeeded.
I haven't rolled yet.
Oh, cool-headed. You want to roll under your number? You
How
can
many
roll
do-
2.
two
Your
dice?
number, Glenn, is 4.
You're real good at breaking into things.
Successes, yeah.
All
I'll-
right.
No, cool-headed. You want to roll under your
One
number.
is my number.
1 is your number. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you gotta.
No, I don't have a question at the moment, but I would. Here's how it's gonna go. Alright, ready? My one special item I think I'd like to have is a lockpick set.
Oh, absolutely.
That checks out.
That makes sense.
Like, all right, this is something you should always have with you, because you never know whose house you might want to go rooting through.
Okay. Like in that movie. where you-
Just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
And,
one about the people who break into all their friends' houses.
The New Zealand job.
Kids,
The New Zealand job.
don't try this at home. Max's views do not express the views of the producers of this
Is this
show.
a character?
Go on.
Okay.
It's got nothing.
Yeah, put that
he's
legal fig leaf on it.
Nothing like him in real life.
Alright, so what you want to do, basically, is you're going to use one of these to try and leverage, to push the pins out of the way, and use the other one to hold the pins in place so you can move on to the next
Wow,
pin.
Pop Parent,
You're
you
gonna
almost
feel it
made me do a
click,
spit
but
take.
It's real subtle. So we're going to do this slow, no big rush, cool?
Whoa!
Okay.
Smoke beard. Pop
There
Parent,
literally
smoke
been
beard. Thank you
$35
guys.
in donations
Whoa.
while you've been
Thank you all
explaining
again.
to me how to
Yeah.
amazing.
This is what the people want.
Teach me how to pick locks again?
Continue teaching babies how to crime.
Alright.
This
Dom?
is the big winner.
Next week I'm going to
So
teach
I'm
you
still
how to
just
pass
seeing
a
this one thing
polygraph.
here, that's right?
Well, that's easy though.
Then how to tell if a mirror is a one-way or two-way mirror.
Okay. Got it.
It's important. It's
Did I tell you I've been
So-
collecting all these articles about this so I can teach my nephew how to become like a master thief? It's gonna be fucking awesome.
How can you
Damn.
tell between the two mirrors?
Roll to see if you can open this door now that you've got
Like
successful
setting.
help. This is
One
a...
letter.
You put your fingers.
You can
yeah.
roll 2...
I'll tell you after.
Hang on a second. You can roll 2 because you got the successful help. It is cold...
Thank you. I'm not
Hey,
Ginger.
Ginger! Oh my god, thank you! What is going
What are
on?
you
Thank you,
doing?
Ginger.
Thank you. Okay, what?
Thank you so much, everybody.
Oh no, that one
That
was
was
just
Now,
Wait,
now
okay,
there's
I
sound
was like,
effects
what's
happening.
happening?
Now he's just taunting us. It's outright. Thank you so much.
Burglary.
Burglary, yes. Cool-headed, you want to roll under your number. You have 2 die. A daily, your number is 2.
You are well versed in this by now.
No.
And
Table reroll. Oh.
They've got a lot of rerolls.
No. I want to shoot it with a freeze gun and then hit it.
Ooh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay,
Other way
this is
down.
a new action.
Yes.
It is warm-blooded. You want to roll over your number.
Yeah.
I'm a baby and I got frustrated. Not that I'm a baby, but I got frustrated and then I wanted to break it with my break things thing.
Again, I heard you
Roll
in the
one.
basement.
Roll
said it.
over your
And
number.
now I roll a 1. Hilarious.
Right in front of me.
Now I roll it again. I
Can
can't
I
open the
assist?
door.
I
you
see
can-
you
yeah, you can-
struggling, and here, dear, this might help.
And I hand you my walking stick.
Anybody else want to help?
Try that.
You standing in a penguin suit and you go, I'm gonna allow me to help, and then you grab the stick and you hand it over.
I'm in an Iron Man suit, and I go, here you are. They need to learn for themselves how to break into homes. I'm not
I
going to
agree.
do everything for them.
Okay, you can roll warm-blooded to help. You want to roll over your number, you can roll 1.
I'd like to think this is a precise action because I have taught many a young generational birds below me exactly how to accomplish a task. This is not the first time I've had to be patient with a young penguin.
You know what? I buy that. You can roll cool-headed under your number, and since you've done it before, you can roll 2. Your number, of course, is 5.
I got my number.
You got your number, so you get
I get one more.
one more.
My question is this house trapped or alarmed in any way?
Whoa.
Oh.
We'll find
Question.
out. I was way too.
We're gonna find out as the door opens.
Yep.
Yes, there's a trap door directly on the other side of it.
Oh, that Cruella.
All right.
But you know about
That's
that.
Yeah.
So all I'll
No.
say is the door opens.
Don't step anywhere.
Right, your Iron Man suit
Oh,
warns
you got my
you.
screw?
And
There's a missing square in front of that door on my visors.
Oh.
Thanks, penguin.
You're welcome. The
So-
name's Joan.
No,
No.
penguin. Penguin.
No.
Penguin.
Right,
In your
penguin.
sight.
Penguin.
Yes.
But also, thank you, Joan.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So
It feels good to be
Mommy,
appreciated.
the door opens, and let's say y'all file inside.
Yeah. For sure.
We had like
I'm
a
trying to
Yeah, we walk inside.
So you walk inside and
I want to go to the
Trapdoor.
coat closet
the coat closet.
and start pulling coats off the hangers. And now we have parachutes.
Oh, that's good. Like the old Aladdin video game.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
roll. Cool, David. You want to roll under your number.
So that,
Number
so that we don't
is
fall too
a
fast.
two.
Exactly.
Or
No,
too
yeah,
furious.
no, yeah. Your number's 2, right?
You already
Well,
did
it's
that
mostly
one.
just fun.
I do it.
That absolutely succeeded, and you
I'm gonna give
find
it another
a
check.
bunch of coats that are made, unfortunately, from bird feathers.
So I come out. You guys, I found some coats.
Oh my!
That
They're
is-
wearing the flesh of another creature.
What?
That's weird.
What's going on?
No,
I found
no.
coats. We can use them like parachutes.
What are the rest of you doing?
Have we collected the information that we need?
What
Do we know what
information?
dimension?
Where is the other
Perfect
place?
Cosimo, thank you.
Hey.
Hey, every donation
Is it
counts
Cosimo,
from $1 to
Cosima?
100. Is it Cosima? Cosima? Cosima?
Almost a month.
PFW squad, thank you.
Thank you.
What are you doing? Why did Tom just laugh at us?
Do we know what dimension the?
Yeah, the Gummy
where
Bear
is
Pirates.
this?
Oh, it's in
Gummy
Gummy
Bear
Bear
Yes, this is the
Pirates.
Pirates of Gummy Bear
Yeah,
Island,
what
so
else
you
do we
have
have
that
to make
information.
Oh yeah.
We just need to get to.
We've got the
How
Guga.
about if we look, since we're inside, we can also look to see if there's anything that tactically or logistically would help give us the edge over Cruella de Vil.
Oh, that's
Our
good.
aminals we have to free. Are there aminals?
That's true.
I have a question.
There's definitely
Are there
something.
aminals in here we have to free?
Yes.
Yes.
Where are the aminals? We gotta free them.
Oh,
Thank you,
thank you.
guys.
What? What is going on? Why is Dom? I am afraid
Ours
now.
is not to reason
I
why.
can't wait for
Yeah.
Thank
them
you,
to
everybody.
update.
I think.
You know what this feels like? It's like when some guys like roll a d20. I'm not telling you what.
Yeah.
All
Roll for
day.
initiative? No, just roll.
Oh,
Just roll.
apparently,
me just as much as
okay. Apparently, we hit $666.
Whoa.
Oh my
That's why you were.
Metal.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, that's why.
667.
No.
So did Perfect Cosima like get us up to 666, and then PFW Scott was like,
Too evil.
Just overwhelmed. Thank you
I would like
so
to
much.
Y'all are crazy.
activate the Omega-13 and go back to when it was 666.
Yes, perfect use.
So you're hanging out.
Wait, can we do both?
We have to free the animals.
and
Free
also look
animals.
for logistical, tactical information.
Okay, so why don't okay?
My dog I should
You
search.
should probably look for logistical, tactical information, and you should probably take your dog on a search for the animals. You two, do you want to do something else, or do you want to help one of them?
Just to refresh my memory out of game, do we still have the portal device?
Yes. Still good.
Okay, great.
And Gem has it, I think.
Yes.
I will assist Jem in looking around, and if there's anything that my good book can guide me towards, I'll also do that.
The good
Perfect.
The good book.
And
I get,
Glenn?
I'll help. I'll help a daily try and release some animals. You know, if there's locks in picking.
Well, you're an expert searcher, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
why don't we
I'm-
start with the 2 help rolls?
Very
You are trying to help search. That is your thing. It's cool-headed. You want to roll under your number. You can roll 2,
Alright.
Glenn, and and Pingu, you are trying to help her come up with logistical, tactical information that is also cool-headed. You are prepared. You can also roll 2.
Great.
Roll for
Success?
practical tactical brilliance.
Go ahead, I have to go
under
under.
your
Pretty
number.
likely, if I was going to keep a large number of animals sequestered
Pingu, your number's
away,
3.
mine,
You
I
got a
got
3.
probably
Yep.
put them in
Yeah, you got a wah.
I opened up to Evil Dead 2.
Did you?
Wow, that's pretty good.
Which means
That guy looks like Gary Sinise.
that looks a lot like Gary Sinise.
I know who that is.
What was the last thing that Gary Sinise was in?
My living
I don't
room.
even know if I can.
All right.
All right, so that was a successful help
That's
roll.
gross.
That was great.
That's a human man.
Now
David
you.
Penguin.
Hey, Chelsea, thank you again.
You've been so generous this session, and we really appreciate
I
it.
just, yeah, everybody's so generous this
you.
session. Just thank you so much. So yeah, you guys both get successful help. So you are now searching for animals that you were taking your dog around. So you're gonna roll on behalf of the dog who's trying to sniff out the animals.
With a super analytical sniffing snoot.
Thank you, Ginger. Thank you
Oh my
again.
gosh.
Oh my god. Thank you again.
That's a fascinating number.
Yes, it is.
Is it all sixes now?
Thank you.
No, we were at 9-3.
Oh yeah. Right.
I think we were at a number 5 before because we were at 6, 6,
Yeah,
7,
yeah.
and then plus
Are
8
you
is
doing
5.
the math?
You're counting the cards. you're card counting.
Just like the movie.
Taking Sam to Vegas. So
There is a movie though. It has MIT people and it's based on a true story.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
it is on
it's
deck.
kind of based on a true story.
Based on a true story means like
Moralized out of a true story.
99%
There were some
fictional, but
changes
like.
they
There were
made.
some changes
Yeah.
there.
Hey, I know a movie, Rick. Don't take this away
That
from
is a good
me.
point.
Yeah.
Sam has
Yeah.
heard of a movie, so.
Yep.
I haven't seen it, but I heard of it.
All right, so you are rolling on behalf
Yes,
of
we
the
The
dog.
super analytical sniffing snoot. Yes.
Yes, that is warm-blooded. You want to
Yeah,
roll
that's a
over
plus.
your number. Well,
Okay.
super analytical sniffing snoot. I guess that sounds cool-headed, right? I
Okay.
mean, so we'll call
I
it.
don't
You
know what
want
my
to
dog's
roll
number is.
under your dog's number, and your dog's number is your number. So
Oh,
it is
fuck.
a 2.
Would've been better
But
if
your
it-
dog has a super sniffer and is an expert at sniffing, so you can roll 3, and you got help, so you can roll 4.
Whoa.
The dog,
My
is
dog
an
is-
expert, right?
My dog is a
Yeah.
professional. You know what time it is,
Professional
y'all?
being dog.
It's pepper time. I win!
Yeah.
Hey. All right.
Well,
That's
the-
good.
The two of you start exploring the house. You are.
I'm.
You are trying to search for logistical information,
Yes.
and you have help from Pingu. So why don't you roll? This is cool-headed. You want to roll under your number. You have help. You can roll 3. Wow, we're going
Quality.
real
I
straight
see
satanic tonight, huh?
I see you.
All right, now we enter the next.
All about the devil tonight, apparently.
Yeah.
Penguins, devils. It makes sense.
Now
Classic.
it's something 59.
Maybe it's a hockey
Ooh,
thing.
wow. 3 success, 2 of them.
Hail
Wow, 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 wow.
Okay, so do you have any questions?
Whoa.
Yeah.
2 questions, eh?
Sure.
Lucifer.
What kind of fur?
Is there any way we can get the Ghostbusters car back to the Ghostbusters house? I feel bad. Because we took it, they lent it to us, and it's just caught.
You can try later when you've got the, you can try to use the dimensional portal to get back to the Evil Dead universe and see if you can just get the car back. Yeah.
Okay. And also, can I save my other question for later?
You usually don't do that, but you can, sure.
I don't know what else. to
I'll let
ask.
you keep it for now.
Okay.
I have a one.
We bent the
Another
rules
one
for Gina
later.
earlier. Because you're
Thank
Aliza,
you.
we will bend the rules for you.
I have a
Excellent reason.
Oh, what's your question?
Is my Rick, is my question limited to you, or can I ask anyone in the room?
Oh.
Well, normally you can't do that, but because you're Omar,
Oh yes.
who would you like to ask a question to?
I would ask a question to Dom.
Dom?
We're jumping through dimensions.
Dom, Omar has a question and he had a wah 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 wah.
Can we get a one-word hint as to something coming up in the near future?
I don't know what it is, but it is gonna be great.
Don't say like doom.
Another! Wow! More
We need
devil
one
stuff.
more. One more.
Then we summon
Then it's
Taliesin.
up and down. and across.
This room can't fit a pyramid.
Come on, fast.
Someone you don't expect will make an appearance, and it's not the Spanish Inquisition.
That's
was lots
not
of
one
words.
word.
Somebody you expect even less.
It's one word, but multiple words.
Yeah.
Hyphenated as fuck.
One at a time.
Yes.
What?
Dot.
All right, so
There
you
is one
succeeded.
German word
You
for that.
succeeded.
Word.
What are you doing?
Well, everyone just sort of left me alone in the foyer. So I remember when I was outside, I texted Murray and his buzzer went off somewhere in the vicinity.
Oh, yeah.
What did his message say again? He said he was somewhere.
Hospital.
A hospital. There, I don't see a hospital around here.
But-
I would like to investigate the source of the noise.
Okay, roll cool-headed. You want to roll under your number. You can roll 2 because you're just looking around. And your number is 5, Joan.
2 successes.
Thank you, Gamester.
Thank you.
Hey.
Y'all are amazing. I can't believe
Pretty
this is going
alright.
on. 2 successes?
2, yeah.
Okay, well, you are searching around the living room, and
Yes.
you are shocked to find
There it is.
Yeah, but someone stuck a 7 in
Somebody
there.
said $7. Thank you for keeping it. Yeah. No, this is fantastic. I don't know what's going on, but I love it in a satanic kind of way. So yeah, you totally are shocked to find you find a photo album, and as you start going through the photo album, you see all these pictures of Murray hanging out with Cruella de Vil, and you see them like hanging out.
Rumors, my patootie!
Yeah, they're hunting animals together. They're making coats out of Dalmatians together. They're doing all sorts of horrible things. It turns out Murray is actually an affiliate of Cruella de Vil and always has been, and that's how Cruella got Murray's pager.
Hey, is that your
I
boyfriend?
can't wait to hawk this for all it's worth. Isn't it? I bet it's not even real.
It's not. Oh, did you?
That's how you test it for jewel is
Yeah.
squid,
No,
right?
you bite down, but your beak is pretty solid. It feels real. Or at least
Is
it
my
doesn't
beak
break.
solid?
It's penguin beak. I don't know.
Just dentures.
Yeah,
I just take the
solid enough.
dentures out.
Aw.
Your beak dentures.
I just watched an old lady
So,
come at a big red
you-
rock.
You are hunting around for logistical information.
At least I
looking
still
for
have my
logistics.
other secret admirer.
Gross.
You are hunting around for logistical information on how to beat Cruella de Vil. And you see that Cruella's obvious weakness is Dalmatians. Cruella is easily distracted by Dalmatians and is loath to damage them in any way. And you figure all that out while you two are exploring the house, and you find a cage that has like 20 Dalmatians in it that are all just locked up there. And you open
all
up the
these
cage, and the Dalmatians all jump out. Now they're just like running around the house, just chewing stuff up. And your Dalmatian is making friends with the other Dalmatians.
We'll see. Is it gonna
We need to
is
summon
she
that
really wants
pyramid.
to
This is how the pyramids get built.
And while you are also
With
walking
money.
around, while you're also walking around in the basement, the Dalmatians come, and you all hear the Dalmatians, and you all
No, there's
gather.
an avalanche of
Yeah.
dogs.
Yeah, you all come down with the daily, and you
you
tell
spotted
everyone
them.
about Murray, and you
Look,
tell everyone about what you
I
discovered.
told you.
And yeah,
It was all a lie. I knew it was a ruse. No one would give me a pebble.
and you fill them in on Cruella's weaknesses, and you tell them about the Dalmatians. And while you're all standing there, a figure emerges from a nearby shadow and walks out. And that figure is wearing a goofy little penguin hat.
Murray?
No, it's me.
Oh!
It is actually me, the GM.
Rick?
Hi, hello.
Rick, it's been forever.
Stepping in game for a moment, and you walk over and I,
Oh,
Joan, how's it going?
hello.
How's it going? Oh, and I pat the baby's head. Penguins. Wah, 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 wah.
Is your penguin hat supposed to be an
Is
homage
that-
to penguins, or are you mocking us?
No, this is an
Sick
homage.
joke. Yeah.
We
I
aren't
am-
mocking birds.
I am.
We aren't mocking birds.
Wow. Sam puns. Let us know what you think in the chat. No, it is absolutely a tribute to the power and majesty of the penguin.
Okay.
And I have been sent here by the chat to help get you where you need to go.
What's a chat?
Yeah. What is happening?
The chat is a wonderful, near mythical group of amazing people who turn out again and again to support the carrier penguins and to help get you equipment and to help get you some of the powers and goodies that have helped get you this far. And they really wanted you to get to that. They really wanted you to get to this one. And PFW Scott, thank you. Wow.
We got more
This is
donations. You
hurting
know,
my bad math skills.
No, it's brilliant.
And-
Please keep doing it.
And now
Getting
that
your hopes up and crushing them.
Wow.
That's his job.
It's like my pebbles my whole life.
Oh, yeah, you said
So
that. And just like real small, I want to pick up one of the Dalmatian puppies and say, I think this one's named Pebble.
No! Oh, Pebble!
you now have a Dalmatian puppy named Pebbles.
I do, Pebble.
And Pebbles just licked your face.
No, hang on. Let me raise the visor. There you go.
And now Pebble lives to your penguin face.
Oh.
And I say, okay, so the chat has sent me here to help get you exactly where you need to go. No more navigation, no more fooling around with time portals. So I pick up the penguin time portal and I put it down on the ground and I expand it out like an expert. I start programming, and I turn a thing and I open it up and I go, penguins, good luck, and penguin speed. And on that, you all jump into the hall.
Yeah, we're all gonna fly in.
Yeah.
With our
Penguins
coda
speed.
shoots and a
I can fly.
bundle of Dalmatian puppies.
Yeah.
You have a bundle of Dalmatian puppies. You all have coat parachutes.
Anything that doesn't fit on you, I just started shoving it into the suit.
And I'm going to
They'll be
say,
safe
because
in
of your
here.
practice before, you are all able to fly. And
I'm in an Iron Man suit.
Yeah, you're in an Iron Man
I
suit, so
can
you're just
fly.
shooting around.
I can
the,
fly.
the rest of you are
I still got my
flapping your
jetpack.
little
I'm
penguin
doing great.
flippers. You got your jetpack.
Yeah.
The three of you are flapping your
Oh,
penguin
Lisa
fliggers
took
and
good care of
soaring
this guy.
majestically like penguins on the wind. You're really getting into this. And
I'm
below,
a penguin on the wind. Watch how I soar.
and beneath you is
That's
Gummy
a
Bear
bad
Island.
sentence.
Beneath you is Gummy Bear Island, and you parachute straight down onto Gummy Bear Island, and right there you can see in the trees the gummy bear standing, look out, and they start signaling, "Arr, yar, yar!" And the gummy bear pirates are yelling to each other, "Intruders here!" But you're well away from where they are. You just keep soaring past into the mountains of Gummy Bear Island, and you come down to rest on a mountainside right next to a spooky, evil-looking castle. And the door has been left open. There is no one guarding it because no one ever expected anyone to find this place.
We're like the Spanish Inquisition.
Except the Spanish. Well, yeah, I mean, you never
Why would it be like the Spanish Inquisition?
Pardon?
Why would it be like the Spanish Inquisition?
Because no one expected us.
I don't get it.
Okay, you walk into the spooky.
Yeah, we're gonna use another take, but that's okay.
You walk into the spooky evil castle, and inside there are just passages leading everywhere.
I'm sorry.
Can I use X-ray vision on my suit?
Roll cool-headed. You want to
Gwen.
roll under your number. Yes. What can I do for you?
I want to see inside this house. Can you aid me, dear? I forgot my glasses.
Let me see. And you start seeing all sorts of stuff swirl on your readout. Roll cool-headed. You want to roll under your number. Your number is 5.
I got my number.
Okay, that is a success. And that is also a the question.
Where is
Cruella.
both of them?
Cruella and Murray are downstairs in the brig. I mean, they're not in the brig. They're, I guess it's not a ship.
They're in jail already.
I guess it's not a ship, so it's not a brig. But they're in the jail, right? The little.
Is it a ship? I thought it was a
Prison,
castle.
maybe?
The prison,
They're
the
in a
jail,
dungeon?
the dungeon. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's been a lot.
Sorry, there were a lot of words on the screen. It took me a moment. It's a dungeon.
Yeah,
A
they're in the
dungeon.
dungeon, and they are doing something down in the dungeon right now. They're both down there.
They're doing something. You
No,
say.
they're not doing like
Making out.
something. They're doing something.
We don't know. We need to get that wah and find out
We need to wah.
before the baby walks in and sees things.
There
Oh
we
boy.
All right, so you see a door clearly labeled dungeon. It is right near you.
How
Hey.
convenient.
Yes, well, it's 7:48, so things are gonna get more convenient.
Dungeon.
So yeah, you okay. So
I want to jealously burst into this dungeon.
okay.
Because
So,
I'm getting my groove back. I have my own pebble. I don't need your pebble.
all right, I love that. Oh my God, yeah. Roll warm-blooded. You want to roll over your number. You can roll 2, unless somebody is also helping you.
Yeah, I can help. I want to just help by kind of lasciviously waving
From the back?
from the back.
I don't know how that helps, but sure.
I'll tell you
I
how
think
it
it
helps. A fine young thing behind me for sure set a spark of jealousy in his.
Glenn,
Riches.
roll
We're
2
dating.
warm-blooded. Roll 2 warm-blooded. You want to roll over your number. Your number is 4.
We're a thing. I got it.
What kind of?
You can roll 3. You want to roll
I know how to
warm-blooded. Your number is
I have
5.
to get.
know how to
I have to get 6s.
Five.
People.
Or 5.
All right. Or 5s. You hold.
All right.
So you
I
go.
would have
died if it was 3 6s.
Oh.
So you go
You wanna see
flying
Gina
through that door.
explode?
Why don't you describe what you do?
All right, so
Quickly.
first things first, I take my helmet off, I fix my beehive, and I kick in the door. And I. Sorry to disappoint you.
And Corella DeVille turns around. It can't be! And Murray turns around and he goes, Joan?
Miss me, baby?
And I throw the ruby right into his eyes.
Wow. Roll another warm-blooded. Roll over your number.
I would like to help her calculate the positioning of her throw and the arc so that it hits right in the eye, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
That is cold-blooded. You want to roll under your number. You have your calculator. You can roll 2.
How many? Oh, 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got 1 success.
That's all you have to get. You can now roll, you were trying to throw the ruby, roll 2.
Was.
You want to roll over your number is 5.
No. So no.
Yeah, that's the yeah.
You got it? Alright.
I'll roll. Get Murray.
You got it.
Thank you.
Get your groove. Get your groove. Get
Yeah. Groove. Wah.
And that thing just hits Murray square in the middle, like right between the eyes, and he just knocks out
Thanks
cold.
for getting my hopes up.
And you just hear Murray like,
But it doesn't matter. I have a new penguin now who rustles my feathers.
and Cruella DeVille says, "Enough!"
Hey, baby.
I like this ship.
And she reaches over and picks up a table and flies into the air and hurls it at you. Table
lady.
flying through the air at the 3 of you.
Oh, at them?
I want to
Wait,
distract her by releasing the puppers.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Roll,
No, you're a
You're a
penguin.
penguin.
roll cool-headed.
It was a foul joke.
You can roll under your number. Your number is 2. Well, no, you're just releasing dog.
I'm releasing dogs.
All right, warm-blooded.
Yay!
Roll over your number. You can roll 2 because you now have some expertise with Dalmatians. That is a success.
I succeed.
Yeah, you had 1 success, so you open up,
A coat full
a coat
of
full of
puppers.
puppers, and Dalmatian puppers just run everywhere.
Wanna buy a dog?
Run free, my babies.
Cruella DeVille's like, what? Dalmatians? And she's looking around, and that table hurls at you. You're trying to duck?
Yeah, I wanna not get hit by a table.
Sure, that is
The tables are
warm-blooded.
turned.
You want to roll over your number, you can roll 1.
Alright. I did
Yeah,
it. I
you
got my
duck,
number.
successfully avoid. You...
You know what? It's late enough in the game. Let's do something crazy. Like Stormbreaker being thrown at, I forget exactly which Infinity Stone was shooting at a laser. I want to throw my book at the table. I believe in this book.
It's a big
Nice.
book.
Yes.
I've watched 1,002 movies because I've gone through this book twice.
All right. Yeah, no, I like
That's
this.
our numbers.
It's warm-blooded. You want to roll over your number. You have your book. You're prepared. Roll 2 die.
That is gonna be hot.
Yeah, warm-blooded. Yeah, over your number.
Come on. Oh,
Yes.
double success.
Yeah.
Yay.
And you throw that book, and it hits the table, and that book is so heavy, the table just kind of like loses momentum just enough and lands right in front of you, and you are safe.
Woo.
Oh.
The tables have literally turned, Cruella.
Omar puns. Let us know what you think in the chat.
Okay.
Daily?
Freeze! Right there!
Well, Cruella DeVille is not watching. She
Because she's
turns around.
distracted by puppers.
Yeah, you shoot a
I'm
freeze ray
shooting her
that
all
is warm-blooded. You
advantageous-
want to roll over your number. You can roll 2. Your number is 2. And while you are watching the action, Murray has got off the ground and is coming up behind you and grabs you from behind.
Oh!
Hang on a sec.
That's my
2
job.
successes, one of which is a wah.
Okay, you had a question?
How can I use the freeze ray to knock Cruella DeVille into Murray?
You can roll 1 more warm-blooded die and see if you get over your number.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do. That lands on top of Murray. Cruella de Vil just gets hit by the freeze ray and lands on top of Murray. And she's so cold, she starts freezing. She's like, no, I can't lose like this.
You should join the nice age.
And she looks around and she sees over in the corner, like in front of this door. She's like, I'd rather kill them than let them go. And she flies over to where there's this plunger set up, and now you see that there's all this dynamite that's sort of arranged along the side of the wall around this door that she was looking at. And she runs over and she hits the plunger, and all of a sudden the wall starts to explode, the floor starts to explode, the ceiling comes down on you. Everything is just falling to pieces.
Oh, I might as well die with my beautiful pebbles. And I drag out the dog and my 13 pebble. If only we could have gone back in time.
Galaxy Quest. Galaxy Quest ref.
All right, Omar, I want you to roll cool-headed. Roll 3. Roll under your number. I'm going to give you expertise because you have moved past your book.
And I gotta get under.
Cool-headed, you want to go under your number. Your number is.
I got a wah.
Yeah, you succeeded. No more questions left. You get an extra die. You can roll 3 to see if you're how you're Omega 13. If you get it in time, or you die. Let's see what happens.
Under or over, you said?
You want to roll over your number?
Oh, boy.
Your number is a 5. Oh no, wait. You're just hitting the Omega 13.
I'm hitting the Omega 13. I won
That's
this
not really
already.
a precise task. All right. Well, we'll call that a warm-blooded task. So you are trying.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's bad for you.
How about I argue
You wanna
that
argue?
my suit, Penguin, is much smarter than me.
Okay,
and knows
how about that?
exactly how to turn this on so it's calm and precise. I'm going,
then roll
what
for
do
your
you
suit.
mean?
Yep.
It's just a beautiful rock from a and then,
How about that?
and then, oh, my body's doing things without me.
How about that? Roll 3. That is cool-headed. So under your number, you're rolling for the suit. The number is 5.
I'm rolling again. 2
Two
successes.
You hit the Omega 13, and everything pops back 13 seconds, and you see Cruella de Vil go, I can't lose like this! And she starts to crawl towards the plunger.
I would like to.
Yes?
I would like to jump and do something, but it's logistics because I know how to move myself quickly to pounce on her and stop her. And use physics and stuff.
Physics and stuff. All right, you can roll 1 die. You want to roll. It's partially an action move.
I'm assisting.
Yeah?
I mean, I know what's going to happen.
What do
I
you
can
do?
literally
Oh,
tell
that's a
her.
good. Okay, so
Yeah.
you can roll cool-headed. You can roll 2.
You can do
You
it.
want to roll under your number.
You can do it.
Cut the blue wire.
All right, now you can roll 2.
Is that the wire everyone should watch?
Cold-blooded.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah,
Cold-blooded.
wah and success. I mean 2 successes, but wah as well.
Successes. All right,
Yeah.
there are no more questions.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
absolutely success. You jump towards the thing, and you don't quite get to the plunger actually, but you do grab Cruella de Vil and you start holding her by her ankles, and she's struggling from it, and it looks like she's kind of pulling you with her, and then you go and grab her ankles, and you go and grab their ankles, and you go and grab his ankles, and you go and grab their ankles, and everybody's trying to pull Cruella, and she's just about getting that plunger when suddenly through all of the windows break in, glass goes flying everywhere, and the most amazing sight, the greatest sight that you have ever seen. It's the cavalry, the Penguin SWAT team comes coming through the windows. They come in, they're armed, they're large and in charge on the scene, taking over the place in a second, and they get that plunger right away from Cruella de Vil, and they're slapping cuffs on her before you know it. And they start, congratulating you, and one of them disarms the dynamite and opens up that door Cruella was pointing at. And behind the door, you see just a line of cages with carrier penguins in there. In there is the first line penguin from season 1, the O-Folk penguin from season 1, the Lasers and Feelings penguin, the Magic and Mischief penguin, the Blood and Chrome penguin, the Truth and Daring penguin, the Doctor Who penguin, the Blood and Wine penguin, the Muscles and Miracles penguin, the Neon and Chrome penguin, the DC Superheroes penguin, the Fast and the Furious penguin, the Lost penguin, and the Ghostbusters penguin, the one that you saw almost killed in front of you. They are all right there in those cages. and the penguins are released by the SWAT team.
Yeah, you
and
would.
as we will dissolve back to Penguin headquarters, where we will have some sort of Star Wars style graduation ceremony. All the penguins are there. You're being awarded.
we have medals?
You're getting medals. Yes, that's right. Princess Leia Penguin is putting medals on all of you, except Chewbacca for some reason. And and the carrier penguins are cheering and applauding for you. And Agent Penguin shows up again. He says, very, very impressed with your work. How would all 5 of you like to come to work for me at Penguin's Secret Service?
Do I get access to the mail room?
Well, of course.
Well, then, yeah, alright.
You're in.
Is that Carrier Penguin Secret Service?
Carrier Penguin Secret Service.
Hard eyes.
You're in, little one.
I'm nervous eyes, but okay.
Are there any perks like a Filmstruck account that I would have access to?
Well, we are often involved with all kinds of filmmaking projects for
Movie pass.
purely espionage reasons, of course. But yes, we can put you in that department.
I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, I still just wanted to lick stamps, so I'm in.
Old one, you will be in charge of stamp licking.
Yeah, call me Iron Man Joan.
Iron Man Joan it is.
Thank
He
you.
shakes your metal
No.
hand, your metal flipper.
We can break into
Jim?
a lot of
I'm gonna
things
need a new
now.
calculator.
I'm about
You're gonna need a new calculator? I'll do better. You will be in charge of all calculating for the Carrier Penguin Secret Service. We have a cool calculator supercomputer. You'll love it. It'll be great for a
Wow.
nerd like you.
Wow. Wow. That sounds amazing. Wow. Oh, I can do so many calculations. I can't wait to do all the calculations.
It could go bigger than 3.
Here. This should make things fun.
And
Look at all the numbers.
Oh, wow. Oh.
and she
Jones
puts
needs
that
to
on your
trip it
head,
out.
and he starts handing out your Carrier Penguin IDs as you are all officially inducted now. No longer trainees. Official Carrier Penguins with full Secret Service clearance.
Nah.
And with that, we come to the end of Carrier Penguins. First of all, y'all were amazing. That was so much fun. I love all of these characters, and I'd seriously like to come back to this universe someday. So expect calls.
Gladly.
Hey.
And
I need to see where our relationships go.
and y'all, I mean, oh my God, you just overwhelming tonight. I just bowled over by the generosity that you've all shown over the last couple of weeks, the whole season. Thank you so much. So Omar, real fast, because nobody knows, what was the secret objective?
No, what was it? Yeah.
I had an assignment that was really difficult.
Oh my gosh, it's a secret O.
I had to I had to make references to the Fast and Furious franchise. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I didn't get one, so I guess I only got
Which is
the
the one you
most
missed?
What is
furious
it?
7.
And
now I'm done.
Can't believe we fell for that. I know you're surprised, but yes, Omar had the same secret objective as last time.
No idea.
Yeah, no, try and contain your
Oh wait,
excitement.
let me
You
reread
did
it.
it so well.
Oh shoot, sorry, I misread it. Happy feet.
Yeah, oh my God, thank you all so much, and thank you all for coming. Real quick, let's go around the table and let the good people know where they can find you.
Hi, I'm Omar. You can find me at Omar Najam on Twitter, as well as Omar Najam Film on Instagram. I've got 2 podcasts. One is Sunnydale Cigarette, which I do with my friend Chris, where we just talk about Buffy. We're not going in order, we're just talking about the show. And then another is
great.
RPG Improvised Podcast, which you might enjoy if you like stuff like this, called Thank You for Questing.
Also great.
Thank
Highly
you so
requested.
much. Thank you. With a few familiar faces, like if you're a fan of the Toy Story stuff, you might recognize Kelly.
Kelly, also,
Kelly, great.
Mia's popped up. a few
Mia has
times,
popped up. Mia has
yeah.
been here with us. She was one of our doctors in Doctor Who.
Yeah. And that's it.
such a
You can
good
find
doctor.
those are the things.
Max.
I'm Max Isaacson. You can find me on the socials at Brosis Movies, like Brother Sister Movies, and you can see my work on my website at brosismovies.com.
I'm Sam DeLev. You can find me on Twitter at Tchaikovsky, ChaikovSky. You can find me Mondays along with Gina DeVivo on Plunders and Blunders podcast, wherever fine podcasts are distributed. We do silly D&D things. You can also find both of us
Podcast.
on Shield of Tomorrow, as well as Eliza Pearl, because it's just a Shield of Tomorrow party right here. That's on Geek and Sundry's at 4 to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard, as well as our Shield of Tomorrow after show Behind the Shield on Alpha, which I host, which you'll often see those fine humanoids upon.
Yeah. I'm Gina
Human
DeVivo.
nuggets.
You can find me on Twitter at PocketGina. All of the things that Sam mentioned. And also Mondays. Wednesdays, 9:30, Weave Society with some amazing, lovely people playing the game Weave. It's great. And also Champions of the Earth podcast. Check it out. It's fun. We destroy things. And also go to dances. It's lovely.
Have you gone to the dance yet?
Almost. It's homecoming. It's stressful.
Oh. I'm Aliza Pearl, and yes, I'm on Shield of Tomorrow, Fridays on Beacon Sundry, and you can find me at Aliza Pearl. It's A-L-I-Z-A Pearl, as in like a gem from an oyster.
A really nice pebble.
Gem, pearl, get it? Yeah?
Whoa.
That wasn't on purpose, but now
I kept going to Gem Hadar the entire evening.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Could have
gem
been
It was
gem
actually
harder.
J-E-M, like Gem in the Holograms. A
Oh.
lot of Gem reference, a lot of Gem
Yeah.
connections,
Love
right?
Gem in the Holograms.
It was a little rocky at first, but yeah.
The Misfit songs were better.
I agree. I totally agree.
I know what those
They
are.
were better. Special link founded by Kesha.
I am Rick Budd. You can find me on Twitter at rbud913, or you can follow the show at Tempting Fate RPG. I will be back here next week with Sam.
That's me.
And Max.
Oh, hi.
And Markia McCarty.
Nice.
And Ravity Domse.
Yeah.
We will be playing part 1 of 3-part Who Framed Roger Rabbit campaign.
Amazing.
Which I am looking forward to so much. Oh my god, I mean, Dom can tell you, I put this on the list 2 seasons ago, and I've been working on this that long. Yeah, I'm real psyched for that. So join us for Who Framed Roger Rabbit next week. Come back on Saving Throw tomorrow night. Oh, is Legacy tomorrow at 8 p.m. I was on Legacy last week. I played Cash, Mercury, the god of speed and commerce. Check out our VOD or YouTube and check out the show tomorrow. It's a ton of fun. And then later in the week, on Tuesday, Starfinder premieres with our good friends Ravity Domse, who will be here with us next week, and Hector Lowe, who was with us way back in season 1, I think, or season 2. Oh God, I can't remember. It's been so one, I think. And then of course Wild Cards on Friday. That's it. Oh my God, you guys have been incredible. Thank you so much.
you.
See you for Roger Rabbit next week. Thank you for Tempting Fate with us. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.